10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A wop babaloo bam, a lop bamboo, to the fruity, oh Rudy, to the fruity, oh Rudy, to the fruity, oh Rudy. A wop babaloo bam, a lop bamboo, got a girl named Sue. She knows just what to do. Got a girl named Sue. She knows just what to do.
Look, I'm not the first guy who fell in love with a girl he met in a restaurant who then turned out to be the daughter of a kidnapped scientist, only to lose her to her childhood lover who she'd last seen on a deserted island and who turned out 15 years later to be the leader of the French underground.
I know it. It all sounds like some bad movie.
Got a girl named Daisy. She almost drives me crazy. Got a girl named Daisy. She almost drives me crazy. She rocked me to the east, she rocked me to the west, but she's the girl that I love best. So to the fruity, oh Rudy, 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 to the fruity, oh Rudy. A wop babaloo bam, a lop bamboo.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good golly, Miss Molly or Tutti Frutti. Welcome to the Cult Comedy Crew. Well, it's that 70s rock fan, but we're doing Cult Comedy. That
was easy for you to say.
Cult Comedy Crew, indeed. Where we're going to celebrate the great comedy movies and TV shows of the past, but today in tribute to the late, great Jim Abrahams, R.I.P. Jim, we are going to celebrate the best rock and roll Second World War, Cold War, espionage wrestling movie ever. And that's a pretty small category, but this is the best.
Small.
It's we are indeed talking about a movie that's got more gags per second than most movies manage in an entire trilogy. And 3 is a very special number, as I'm going to reveal. We're talking about Top Secret from the wonderful fevered minds of Zucker Abrahams Zucker, and the first starring role for the great Val Kilmer, first movie for the great Val Kilmer. What a start! And he sang all his own stuff, you know.
Yeah,
did all his own stunts except for the ones he didn't do. But yes, we are indeed talking about Top Secret. I recently got the Zaz the Collection box, which is a lot of fun. It's got those 3 classics on it: Airplane, Naked Gun, Top Secret. We'll be talking a little bit about that, some of that stuff as we go. But anyway, welcome to you all in the chat. Welcome to my friends on the panel. First of all, the great Joe's Atmosphere. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Doing fantastic.
Good. You look awesome.
Love the subject matter today. Love Val Kilmer. This is probably my second favorite movie you ever made. First one being Real Genius, but this one is a close second. And Abrams, you look, there's a lot of these parody movies out there, but he was the one that really, he was the originator, and his were always the best. Those Naked Gun movies are awesome. The airplane movies, that started it all, really. And yeah, this one's great too. Indeed.
And I know that speaking of Real Genius, that our dear friend D. Bud Martin has a soft spot for that movie. Good to
Have
see
we
you,
not
D-Bud.
met before, monsieur?
Was that Latrine?
No, déjà vu.
Déjà vu, or De Quoi?
Latrine.
And that's one of the gags. I've got 14 pages of gags that are in this movie, but one of them is the constant repetition in the background of when they're speaking of French, cod French. Like you hear them going, Arc de Triomphe, Champs-Élysées. And apparently the German, a lot of it isn't German, it's Yiddish.
Yeah,
pretending to be German.
And it's bad German. What is German is bad German.
It's bad German, yeah. But yes, welcome to you, D-Bud.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's good to see you. I'm glad
We
you're
actually see it for a change.
I have a holiday here in the United States.
Indeed.
So
well, it's just
I actually
Monday in Canada.
can come on. So.
Well, I'm glad you can make it, my friend. You're a huge supporter of this channel. Mod of mods, wrench of wrenches, mensch of wrenches. So good to see you. But it's also good to see our dear friend Imperatus. How are you, mate?
Doing all right. A little snowed in at the moment, but you know.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
we got about 8 inches yesterday.
We saw on television how bad it was watching the NFL yesterday.
That's
Yeah, it's all over the place up there.
Oof. He said you got about 8 inches.
Yeah.
So did Nigel.
Indeed. So Nigel and that we will be definitely talking about that. We didn't get snow today, but we do have minus. It is in centigrade, minus 22 centigrade right now.
Yeah, it's not exactly warm here either. Last I looked, it was about 16 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, indeed. Well, Vince Womack has come out with a fun fact, which is Airplane's dialogue is taken nearly 1-for-1 from a movie they copy called 0 Hour, and that came about because the Zuckers and Abrahams used to, when they had their Kentucky Fried Theater, they would set a video recorder up to record everything overnight on some local channel, because that's when you got all the shittiest commercials and movies, and then they would take that shit and parody it, because that's the way they caught that stuff. They go, oh, look, and they found this movie 0 Hour, and they practically parodied it 1-for-1. You know, parodied. I can't even say that. Jesus. Anyway, yes, we are here to pay tribute to the late great Jim Abrahams, who died November 26th, 2024. R.I.P. Jim. And as part of the Zucker trio, and on his own, he gave us immortal hits such as Airplane, Hot Shots, The Naked Gun trilogy, Police Squad, and many more, including today's epic Top Secret. And in fact, Jerry Zucker said in Jim Abrahams' death, he said he was our third brother. He was the third Zucker brother, really. All their lives, they were very close. So, but yeah, what a fervent time for comedy as well. The 80s, late 70s, early 80s.
Great stuff.
Not just these guys, but you had Animal House and the Blues Brothers. And
John Landis was cranking out funny stuff every other year. It was ridiculous. Yep.
Yeah, ridiculous stuff. But there they are, the Zuckers and Jim Abrahams. What a trio. Jim Abrahams really kind of directed this one. They're all credited with directing and writing. I think he was a little bit more of the director. One of the reasons they ended up not working together after a certain point was, believe it or not, they had to split the director fee 3 ways. So they were only getting paid a third of what so eventually they said, screw that, we're going to direct our own movies, because they wanted to get paid properly. So, but they remained close friends all their lives. They didn't fall out particularly personally. So, but what a great partnership. But this movie was their third. We'll come back to that guy. Sorry, this was their third movie after Kentucky Fried Movie, which of course we talked about.
Oh yeah,
on another stream, and then in fact, I'll just flip forward. The KFM, we did that great stream on that. I still love that movie.
Man. You kidding me? It's one of the greatest movies ever made.
And then, of course,
it's one of the greatest martial arts movies ever.
That's right. And then, of course, they made the immortal Airplane.
Jimmy, do you like Gladiator movies?
That's right. The Kentucky Fried Movie, of course.
Take him to Detroit. No, not Detroit.
destroyed. No, no, please, anything but that. No.
Especially not after this weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. What a bummer.
And of course, they'd made Police Squad, which only did 6 episodes and was for some unaccountable reason not a success. Although, of course, it did spawn The Naked Gun. Made they allowed them to make the movies of it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know that was a TV series.
Oh
first.
yeah,
A lot of people don't know.
And I watched the whole series.
Yeah,
when it
me
was
too.
On.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't it like half a season and they canceled it?
6 episodes, and
Yeah.
yet it's 6 of the funniest episodes of anything you'll
God.
ever see. He drove
Johnny
back to
the Shoe
headquarters.
Shine guy.
Drove
And the
back to head-
cameos he had were
That's right.
awesome. I mean, I love the one with Dick Clark where he's asking about the certain type of music, and he says, "Hey, Jimmy, you got any more of that special youth cream?" And he slaps it on his face, because the running joke was he never aged, right, until he had his stroke. Oh
Yeah.
man, that television show was awesome.
And then the bits at the end, they'd do the freeze thing where they'd have to stand, the actors had to stand for the coffee.
The rest of the world's going, right?
Right.
Yeah, too
Yeah.
funny.
But yeah,
that was probably the problem, is that you had to watch it. You couldn't have it in the background. You'd miss half the gags.
No, you'd miss half
had
the
to watch
gags.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then after that, Police Squad wasn't a success. It didn't dent them because obviously Airplane had made good money. So they went to make their 3rd movie, Top Secret, released in June 1984 in the USA and October 1984 in the UK. That was the days when they didn't have simultaneous releases around the world, which was a real annoyance. I used to get really annoyed about that. I had to wait to see a movie that I'd read all about in magazines or whatever. Like, it's out already.
Damn it.
Yeah, budget of somewhere around about $9 million, made about 21 million North American box office, but probably that's a profit, and it was gangbusters on VHS, I suspect, over the years.
Yeah, it wasn't considered successful as far as the box office. But
Yeah, it was just
it
like
made more than made up for it in cable
Home rentals,
sales
I'm sure it
and
was through the
rentals,
roof.
yeah.
This became a cult classic really quick. It really did.
It did. I mean, I remember seeing it in the cinema at the time and thinking, my God, that was brilliant. And then I was probably the only one. But, it kind of got overlooked over the years, I think, because it's sandwiched between Airplane and Naked Gun. It's the one that is less well known, but I've always had a soft spot for it. They actually pulled in this. It's an idea that had lying around for a while because they wanted to make a rock and roll movie set in the Second World War. And you can still see a lot of that in there. They'd had this script kicking around. They couldn't figure out how to finish it. But they did call another guy in to help them. And must admit, didn't know this guy. He's a Canadian writer called Martin Burke. He became the 4th writer on this. They said without him, we would never have got it finished. He actually started as a Vietnam War correspondent and then ended up writing Top Secret, which is weird.
Wow. What a change of occupation. Good Lord. Wow.
Yeah. So one of the strange things the coincidental things about doing these shows is I recently got this book, which I did do a quick, I've shown it on screen a few times. It's Wild Wild World. It's about the compendium of post-apocalyptic movies. And virtually the first page I opened to was about a movie called The Last Chase. When I opened this book at random, well, this guy wrote and directed it. So weird coincidence, a movie I'd never heard of, that I opened this book and there it was, The Last Chase, written and directed by Martin Burke, Canadian movie starring Lee Majors.
Wow.
Wow, so there you go. So I'd never heard of this
$6
guy.
million man. Yeah.
It's no America 3000.
Well, indeed. That's partly what led me to buy this book, which was about these apocalyptic movies, and this is one of them. So I might actually try and get a copy of this and see if it's any good. It certainly gets called out in this book as being pretty good. So car chases, of course, are a very standard feature of post-apocalyptic movies, and car chases are indeed mocked in Top Secret. So
yes.
So who's in the movie? Well, of course, playing American rock and roll star Nick Rivers. No relation to Johnny.
No relation to me either, but I love it. Cool.
Yeah. Is Val Kilmer in his first screen movie appearance. I think he'd done one TV show. It was an ABC special. I can't remember I don't know the details. I've never seen it, but there he is, looking awfully young. He is skeet surfing, of course, as he's saying. Yeah, he'd done some ABC TV show and new movies, but he had, bizarrely enough, co-starred in a Broadway play called The Slab Boys with Sean Penn, Kevin Bacon, and Jackie Earle Haley. Remember him? Even more bizarrely, The Slab Boys is actually written by, it's a Scottish play. It's another Scottish play, not Macbeth. Written by a Scottish playwright called John Byrne. And it was a trilogy of plays set in Paisley in Scotland between the 50s and the 80s. I've no idea if they did Scottish accents in it on Broadway, or whether they just translated it to New Jersey or something. I don't know.
Probably New Jersey, because no one would understand the Scottish.
Exactly.
No.
So John Byrne, I'm going to go off into real trivia here. John Byrne wrote a fantastic television show about a Scottish rock and roll band, a fake Scottish rock and roll band called Tutti Frutti, starring Emma Thompson and Robbie Coltrane and Maurice Reeves. There you can see hanging about in the background. Great show. And Richard Wilson was in it. You might know Richard Wilson from various sitcoms. Brilliant play, and then turned into a 6-part TV show in the UK in the 80s. Brilliant stuff. Very funny. Very rock and roll. Oops. Sorry. So anyway, it was Val Kilmer's first movie, and by all accounts, he got on with the Zaz guys very well. They let him improvise a lot. He sang all his own stuff. Had a lot of fun on the set. Turned up to the audition dressed as Elvis, according to the Zaz guys. So he was prepared for the part. And then, of course, he went on to make Real Genius and then Top Gun. So it was a good start for Val. Co-starring as Hilary Flamond, the resistance fighter and daughter of imprisoned scientist Dr. Paul Flamond, is the pneumatically assisted Lucy Gutteridge, English actress, still, well, she's retired, but she's still around. You know, she's not departed from this world like many people now of this era. I can't quite see what they hired her for, apart from her great acting skills, of course.
Well, gee whiz.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gee whiz, indeed. So
Looks like they kept the cold on set for a reason.
That's right. Now, she had quite the background, according to her Wikipedia and other IMDb and whatever. Born in London, England, the eldest daughter of Major Bernard Hugh Gutteridge, Legion of Merit poet and writer, and daughter of Nabilia Farah Kirimi Halim, who was herself the daughter of H.H. Prince Mohammed Said Bey Halim of Egypt. So that's quite the lineage. But she became an actress. So right. Here she is in an episode of a great show that I used to watch a lot, Tales of the Unexpected, which may have been on, maybe it was on PBS in the US, I don't know. It was a long-running British show of weird little stories. And not much. She didn't have an extensive resume, did a lot of TV. She was in this, though, which I've never seen, and it was an American TV production called Merlin and the Sword. Has anyone ever seen this?
No,
with Malcolm McDowell,
Malcolm
and
McDowell,
Candace Bergen,
yeah,
Edward Woodward,
wow,
Edward Woodward, and Michael Goff, who plays Dr. Paul Flamond, her father in Top Secret, is in it too. Never seen this, but I'm curious whether it was any good or not. So if anyone in the chat has ever seen it, let me know. But so, as I say, also in Top Secret, as in he was in Merlin and the Sword, is Michael Goff. We've actually had him in a few streams on this show because of some of the things he's been in. Dr. Paul Flamond, imprisoned by the East Germans and forced to work on a device to take out all the Allied submarines. The Polaris mine. Veteran British actor who we've talked about a few times on here in various streams, did a lot of Hammer horror movies and so on.
He played Alfred in some of the Batman movies too.
Best remembered as Alfred by many in the US in the Batman movies. Also, I fondly recall watching, not when it was out because I was still pretty young, but his performance as the Celestial Toymaker in Doctor Who. Here he is with William Hartnell. There's a number of the British actors in this movie have been in Doctor Who at various times.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a rite of passage, I guess, for them. But so Michael Goff, great actor, adds just the right amount of gravitas to the role. I'm not sure he's even got any jokes personally, but all the humor is are going on around him in the scenes he's in. Playing the General Streck, the East German villain, here with the big phone. Another celebrated British actor who appeared in dozens of British and American TV shows over the years and movies, lots of Second World War stuff. Although he was English, he occasionally played Germans. He was in the movie The Blue Max, playing a German, and here he is wearing a Blue Max on his uniform here.
Wow.
So yeah, Jeremy Kemp, Blue Max, Winds of War. Blue Max is a good movie. Winds of War, he was in. Colditz is a British TV show that he was in, which I remember fondly. But he also appeared in stuff like Space 1999, Star Trek Next Generation, The Fall Guy, various other shows of that kind. So he got around a bit, but he just plays an extremely good German officer. Of course he does. And then, of course, playing Nigel the Torch, the resistance leader, with the steaming oiled pectorals, is Christopher Villiers, another one of these British actors who's not particularly well known for his work in shows, but has an incredible lineage as well. Same as Lucy Gutteridge. He is the son of Wing Commander David Hugh Villiers and descended from Thomas Villiers, the first Earl of Clarendon, and is somewhat descended from Oliver Cromwell, if you go back far enough. So, what is it with Brits and upper class actors? Hello, Pope.
How's it going, man?
It's going well, mate. How are you? We've got your favorite scene on the screen right now. So, Nigel the Torch, resistance leader, bizarrely enough, leader of the French resistance in East Germany, and he's a Brit. So, there he is, looking like he's from a 1980s music video. He's still active, does a lot of work. He's in Slow Horses, which I believe is quite popular, Gary Oldman show, and he's also was in The Crown. Here he is looking. Obviously, he did work out a little bit. The only thing I can recall seeing that he was in particularly was First Night, the movie First Night, where he played Sir Kay. So that's that Connery and Richard Gere one. Yeah. I can't remember him being in anything else particularly. But there was a big star. That was First Night, yeah. I've seen this movie and I cannot remember whether it was any good or not.
That should tell you everything. No, just kidding. I remember it. I watch every Arthur movie, and it's no Excalibur, but
it was all right.
Connery carries the movie. I mean,
well, of course.
Richard Gere is not carrying anything by himself.
He may be carrying a gerbil,
dude. Right? I did like the girl in it though. She was good.
As Davina says, no gerbils involved.
Right.
Although they may be involved in Top Secret. Well, certainly.
They might. You never know.
No, they have something better than that.
Indeed. But also, they had a major league old school star as well in Omar Sharif playing Cedric, the intelligence agent. Do you know any good white basketball players? There are no good white basketball players. There's a number of code phrases used in this, which are quite funny.
You forgot your fake dog poo.
Exactly. He's pictured here with Ian McNeice playing the blind souvenir guy who was in Ace Ventura When Nature Calls, amongst other things. But Omar Sharif, of course, major star in Lawrence of Arabia. Dr. Zhivago. Try saying that when you're not drunk.
Right.
Dr. Zhivago. Loved getting to do a comedy like this. And they said he was a real gent because obviously they get the scene where they pour water in his face, whipped cream, all sorts of exploding cigar, all that stuff. There's absolutely zero dignity for his character.
Yeah, the windshield wiper across his nose.
Right.
Yeah,
when she's leaning over, the aerial coming out of when she leans over him.
Yeah, they said he was a fantastic sport on this. They were surprised they were able to get him.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the days of the David Lean epics were behind him. I guess so. He was a big star. So it was very interesting to get him in that kind of role. As we say, Ian McNeice, that was in that scene with him, with the blind souvenir guy, was in Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls as Fulton Greenwald, but is also a veteran of multiple British and American TVs and movies. But they also had the great Peter Cushing in that one sequence, the backward sequence.
Oh my God.
The Swedish bookstore owner. Isn't there a book in there about lesbians? Right on
the counter. It's the lesbian bars of North Carolina.
That's right. Lesbian bars of North Carolina.
And when they were this backward scene, it took them a day to rehearse it, and then a day to shoot it. And they were talking to Cushing about, gee, you could have shot a whole movie, in
back in the Hammer
time
days.
It took to do this scene. He says, "Are you kidding? We'd already be shooting the sequel."
Hail to Mark D with a C.
Hey,
how are you, man?
Sorry, I'm so late. Just got back from work and meetings ran late. I'm like, come on, this is one of the all-time greatest movies in history. I mean, this movie is so phenomenal. So
it is.
Sorry, I'm late. But
good to see you, mate. Thanks for being here. We got a full house. We got more people on the panel.
Nobody was going to be here, Brian.
Yeah.
Look at you, man.
We got more people in the panel than there are in the chat. But I do love the chat because we got Zax, we got Courtney, we got Lord Thoth, we got D. Bud Martin. Oh, he's on the panel. Shit. Low Spec Linux is here. Vince Womack is here. I'm going to miss somebody I know, and I'm sorry if I do. And there is a poll in the chat, by the way. So check that out. It's about the favorite German food of the Maddie's daddy. Steve's here. Davina, I mentioned. Castellar, Daniel Garcia. Good to see you. Tim was here earlier. FKHC. If I miss anyone, apologies. Super chat me and I'll spot you. Anyway, Peter Cushing. Here he is as Sherlock Holmes. I mean, the man's an absolute all-time legend of British films and British and American films. Sherlock Holmes, Star Wars, obviously.
Oh, that on the scene in the bookstore, they had to make a cast of Cushing's face because he has the enlarged eye.
Yeah. Right.
That cast is what they used as a reference to do all the CGI work for him in Rogue One.
In Rogue One? Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It was that cast they used to create that because they had to do a thing to fit over his face to do that giant eye.
I thought that was top secret information.
It's top secret. It's classified top secret.
Only in lesbian bars.
But typical Zaz gag. He takes the magnifying glass away and it's his eye that's large. Obviously, lots of Hammer horror films. There he is as Van Helsing in one of the Draculas. But also famously for me, played Doctor Who in the movies made of Doctor Who in the 60s. 2 movies, which was a bizarre as a child watching him. I thought, well, that's not Patrick Troughton or William Hartnell, or what's going on here? Who are these people? He was pretty good in them, but those are interesting little movies. I find they're the Doctor Who movies. Others, I mean, we'll cover some of the cast. We won't go through them all, but Billy J. Mitchell, who sounds like a rock and roll star, Billy J. Mitchell. He plays Nick's manager Martin, who meets a sticky end in this movie. We'll be talking with us. We've got more of that later.
Where's Gary for that device? Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, well, Gary said he was going to be here, but I think I pissed him off I think I've pissed Gary off. He's not
Did
here.
you do it or did I?
No. He's got internet problems, guys.
Oh, right.
I didn't know
God,
who you were talking about when you said Gary. He's got internet
him.
problems. He couldn't do his shows this morning.
I'm always worried that people might.
It's not you, Brian.
Right. I'm always worried people might not be here because I upset them somehow. That's just me. I'm a sensitive person. Billy G. Mitchell has the pleasure of having been in 2 Bond movies. He was also in Superman. He's in Superman as an editor, but he was in Never Say Never Again, and he was in Goldeneye.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
he had a hideous death in that movie by Snoo.
Death by Snoo. Yeah. That's the way to go, though, isn't it? Really, death by Umbongo. So, not going to cover all the rest of the cast. There's many other character actors in it, but obviously you've got everybody playing the French characters, of which there are many. Now, let's see if we've got the names here. We have Chevalier, Montag. Oh no, yeah, Détente, Avant-Garde, Déjà Vu, Croissant, Soufflé, Escargot, Chocolate Mousse, and I think I've missed one. I can't remember. Latrine, who's permanently injured. That's another Zaz gag. Latrine is always injured in every scene he's in. And then, of course, the guy that plays Dequois, or no, Déjà Vu, he constantly does that springing up thing and shouting latrine. So coming up from
Dequois.
Yeah. Dequois. I love this the scan when we'll show it. We've got all the stills later. They scan around that and it's got the cannon and everything. But here's in a prescient move, they had the sports prescient sports.
East Germans,
East Germans,
East German ladies. Yeah.
Now a lot of people might not get this gag now because at the time that was the big. Oh, the Eastern Europeans and the communist countries are using steroids and.
They forced. It's horrible. They forced the women athletes, and I've seen some interviews with some of them, and they wrecked their bodies, but they were forced as young women to take steroids to compete with the West.
Yeah, it was the 76 Montreal Olympics. The women's swim team were the ones that were clearly beefier than normal, and they pretty much swept all the medals.
Indeed, but so that was a big joke, funny joke. Movie, which some people look at it and go, "What? Are they trying to make some kind of reference to today's sporting events?" No, it was about a different. Nowadays, it's normal. And then, of course, the Jordanaires, Elvis Presley's backing vocalists, were featured heavily in this movie. So, the music was actually interesting, and we'll talk about it more when we go through all the stills. But obviously, they had Maurice Jarre did the score. The actual score, which is used in all the dramatic war stuff or whatever. We've talked about him a few times as well. Jean-Michel's dad did a lot of famous movie scores. So they had a heavyweight doing that, but they had all the parody songs, like Skeet Surfing, which has got like 6 different Beach Boys songs parodied in it. How Silly Can You Get? Was just one of this song. It was written by Phil Pickett, who was a guy that actually worked with the Beach Boys, and he was in a band called Sailor. I might be the only guy that remembers that band. A Glass of Champagne was their big hit. But he also co-wrote Karma Chameleon for Boy George and Culture Club. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Same guy that wrote.
Never knew that.
Yeah. Well, you see, you know nothing. But also, you know nothing. So also, though, the guy on this side, the left of the photograph, is Bruce Welsh, and this is the British band The Shadows, instrumental band back in Cliff Richard here. He was the musical consultant on this, so for the rock and roll stuff. Really big. I'm a big fan of The Shadows. He used to be married to Olivia Newton-John.
Wow.
There he is with Olivia. Isn't that nice?
Did she pass away last year, or was it a couple of years ago?
Last year, maybe.
Was it last year? I can't. But relatively recently, unfortunately.
Yeah. So the music was a big part of this. Val did sing his own stuff. However, I want you to talk about it right now, but they show this Billboard Top 40 in the movie. Have you ever looked at it closely? It's a mixture of real stuff. First of all, it's some singles and some albums, so it's a complete mishmash. Some of it's real, and some of it isn't. and I've been unable to really see the bottom ones. It's really hard. But it's so going from the top, we have Nick Rivers Skeet Surfing. At number 2, Nick Rivers Skeet City. At number 3, Nick Rivers and Tammy Wynette, You're Skeeting Hard. And then there's some ones that are really well. So Eric Clapton at number 4 with Slow June Blues. I'm not sure whether that's meant to be a joke or it's real. And then at number 5, Duran Duran, Something I Should Know, which is real.
Right.
At number 6, Procol Harim, but spell Harem. Procol Harim, not harem. Beige tones. So instead of a whiter shade of pale, beige tones.
Beige tone. That's messed up.
It is. Then they've got a couple of real ones. The Chevelles Hideaway. The Tubes, Outside Inside. And then at number 9 is a nod to Bruce Welch.
God, I forgot about that band.
Oh, the Tubes, a great band. I'm definitely going to do something on those one day. Then at number 9, The Shadows, which is Bruce Welch's band. We're All Pros Here. That's not a real record. So at number 10, there was a funny one. The Rolling Stones, Enough Already. And then it drops down a bit. Number 12, Aretha Franklin, Boy Is She Great. and then there's a Barbara Streisand one I can't make out. Then ZZ Top's Eliminator, Kinks State of Confusion. Number 16, Led Zeppelin, Staircase to Purgatory. At number 17, Paul Simon, One Dumb Movie. I have no idea what that's a reference. And then it's hard to read them until you get to number 24, Michael Jackson, I Love Your Socks. And the other bit that was in, so there's others in there I can't read it. I'm not sure. There's Willie Nelson's mentioned, Rick Nelson, Elton John. They might be real or they might be fake. I can't make
Elton
it.
John is Too Low for Zero.
Yeah, Pink Floyd, The Final Cut is real. Too Low for Zero is real. There's
Wayne
another
Newton,
one.
I Bought Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, I just said. And then it gets fainter and fainter. Rod Stewart, Baby Jane, that's real. Willie Nelson.
I wonder if the special if are there any special features on this DVD? You know, sometimes they'll show like stills. You wonder if did they ever do this on Blu-ray? This one, or
I've got this set and it's got a Blu-ray and a 4K of it. So I'll check those out in case it's on there. But I couldn't read them all. But I enjoyed. I love it.
It's awesome. Yeah, and I always just gloss by. I never read the top, but I never. That's a great catch.
Well, as soon as you pause it, it gets even more blurred. So it's. But the other thing that was in this at the same bit was the newspaper, fake newspaper. Have you ever read this? Because it's hilarious when you read it. It's like there's all stuff in here about vasectomies, and then there's all this nuclear stuff.
Nuclear device.
Yeah, like American Star to play schedules. A report is expected to be completed. The blast resulted from a 20 kiloton atomic device.
Scientists prolong orgasms to double figures.
That's right. Within that cavity decreases. Meteorite lands near baby. It's a perfection of a male pill. It's talking about male.
Damn, that's jacked up, man.
This is the stuff that flips by when you're not paying attention. You know,
it's just so well done. Yeah,
it's so well done. So, before we get into the movie stills, I did want to show a couple of other things. So, as I say, I got this Zaz triple box with Top Secret Airplane, Naked Gun. This is the letter from them at the beginning in the booklet. The number 3 is one of the most demonized, most controversial, and yet most coveted numbers in human history, even surpassing 1, the loneliest number, and 2, the saddest experience you will ever know. And then it goes on much in that vein. I mean, they even write funny shit, you know. 2,000 years ago, ancient Roman legions sent multiples of tribla or 3 into battle. No, they didn't. Citing an increased ability to outflank, encumber, or slaughter and sodomize most of the opposing army. And then it goes on about the Ming Dynasty and the triplets. And then they were hailed as tri-bottom flog. or God's. And then in 19th century France, the ménage à trois became the ultimate show of laissez-faire art cuisine. And eventually led to the invention of the shopping cart. And then it goes on about 20th century Hollywood, where Cecil B. DeMille introduced the standard of identification for filmmakers. 1 movie is a flash in the pan, 2 a double feature, and 3 is an oeuvre. So, but I just love that. Their humor just is so good. And then the 15 rules that is in this booklet as well, including joke and a joke. So 2 jokes at the same time cancel each other out. So if the joke's in the background, you have something serious in the foreground. And you see that all the time in these. Like the people in the foreground should never acknowledge what's going on in the background. Don't acknowledge it. That's rule 2. Merely a clever joke isn't good enough, has to get a laugh. Breaking the frame. Don't remind the audience they're watching a movie. But then they later on they contradict that with the rule that says you can do it. Because they do it in this movie a lot. Trivia: a joke using references so arcane that few people will ever get it. Jerry Lewis: axe grinding. When a joke is overshadowed by some message, it gets unfunny fast. Filmmakers today should realize that. So anyway, there's that, and there's a few others. Once a joke is made, it can't be allowed to hang around like a personalized license plate. Like, how long can live to fart be funny, you know? So on and so on. So the things that didn't happen, that's all the airplane cockpit stuff, whatever. And then at number 15, of course, there are no rules. So it's a neat little booklet with some good stuff in it. And yeah, so let's throw some stills up on the screen. Let me first of all get rid of this damn thing. Good God, where's my producer? D-Bud.
Right?
Not yet.
Get to work, sir.
Yet.
All right. So let's look at. I mean, as I say, there's 14 pages of notes I've got on gags in this movie, so I'll never get them all. But let's get started. So we actually think that actually didn't start at the beginning, so I'm going to start that again. Share video. It's just damn software. Talk secret stills montage. Show on stream and go. So yeah, 14 pages of gags.
Oh my God.
Let's see how many we can spot as we're going.
This is one of those movies where you have to watch it multiple times to catch everything. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I always loved the fact, though, that you could never quite tell. The Germans are all wearing what look like Nazi uniforms. It's supposed to be 1984 East
Right.
Yeah.
Which they acknowledge. Now, this is the great gag where you think he's going to get absolutely plastered and he breaks right through the bridge. I don't know who that guy is, but he was probably one of the heavies in a lot of movies. He was probably hey, Real Wade Gaming Nation, good to see you. So East German High Command. What you've always got to watch for in these is things going, little details. Like he's wearing that blue Max when he was in the movie The Blue Max.
Hello.
And the guy takes his hat off and he's
Yeah.
got the strap.
The chin strap's still there.
Yep. Yeah, that's another gag you might miss. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many little gags going on.
And that's what makes this movie just a masterpiece. Is all the little shit they just never acknowledge and just move right on from.
Just move on, yeah.
I think there's more going on than this, in like say an airplane. When you, I mean,
There
I love
is
airplane.
14
But there's more
pages.
gags. There's more gags on this. You know.
And that
just
portrait of the
crazy.
guy is Paul von Hindenburg.
It's Paul Hindenburg.
That's what it looks like to me. Yeah.
It probably is, yeah. Yeah, so this is when they discover that they can't get whatever opera singer.
Leonard. It was Leonard Cohen, I think.
Leonard Cohen.
And they couldn't get him, so they had a replacement of some Nick Rivers.
Nick Rivers, yeah, and he's got their LP on the old turntable where it drops down off the thing, and then it starts to play, and they all turn around and look at it. It's great.
And plus here, Germany's divided for you youngins out there. It was East and West Germany, and the commies controlled the Eastern
I love how they're
zone.
talking about taking West Germany, but they have a naval map out on the paper.
Right, yeah.
No, there's so much going on in this ski surfing.
Yeah, like they're all freezing because this wasn't shot in Malibu.
It wasn't?
No, it was shot in Cornwall.
Oh my God.
So they were freezing.
Oh, that's why they've all got wetsuits or dry. That's why they got wetsuits on, I guess.
Yeah, it's Hollywell Bay.
Oh, I might well have been there. I've been to Cornwall on holiday many times, but it's such a great clip because there's so much going on in it.
Right? Like, why does that guy have a shotgun on his back?
That's right.
They all have shotguns.
And if it's such an American sport, skeet surfing.
I wonder if anyone's done that for real.
Well,
probably.
How do you keep
I wonder if Dick Cheney, is that Dick Cheney's favorite sport?
Probably, yeah. He was in the Olympics
when he was young.
So, and of course, it's a spoof of Elvis movies too, as Tim's point. It's just, there's like 18 different things parodied in this movie. As somebody pointed out, it was basically a very close spoof of a movie called The Conspirators from 1944. I think you.
Yeah, the spy plot of there's scenes with the Sharif with the novelty seller. That's from it. All the stuff with the torch and the fresh resistance. That's all from The Conspirators, which was a 1944 movie starring Hedy Lamarr.
No, Hedley Lamarr.
Hedy.
Hedley. Hang on.
Of course, Airplane's a remake of 0 Hour. And I just blew my mother-in-law's mind a few weeks ago when I told her that. She's like, "What?" I'm like, "No, 0 Hour. It's almost Airplane word for word."
There's the conspirator. Like, no. The conspirators we were saying that because they used to, when they were doing Kentucky Fried Theater, they would set a video recorder on and leave it overnight in a local station, and they would parody all the adverts they saw because they said the worst ones were on at night, in the middle of the night, and then there was this movie 0 Hour on. They went, "Oh, we've got to make a movie about that." So this is the movie that is largely parodied in this. So
that's great to know.
Yeah. Anyway, skeet surfing really should be, and they parody about 6 different Beach Boys songs, and they're so close to the parody they actually have to credit the Beach Boys as writing it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's skeet surfing, and they shoot down sailboarders, and this is my favorite part of the whole movie, of course. Skeet surfing, that's good. Rock's newest hero. Guns and Bullets.
Guns and Bullets magazine. Instead of Guns and Ammo.
Yeah. And then you see all the grannies and everything with their shotguns rushing down to the beach. It's such a well done thing. But this is when they managed to fit a lot of boobs into these scenes, which is this is funny. Like, also, if time permitting, Frank Sinatra. Stevie Wonderland. Well, you'll be pleased, Joe. Linda Ronstadt's third in the bill.
That's right. The babe of all babes.
Third on the bill. So Nick's going to the cultural festival in East Germany. And it was tough for British and American rockers to go to East Germany then. So that's quite true. I mean, it was quite a breakthrough. This is how he's painting the scene as he goes by.
That's so great. That's such a great gag again.
And the newspaper that he's reading, the Daily Oppressor.
I'm oppressed.
The festival culture is a big deal. It's the headline. And Nick's listening to the German language tape to teach him to speak German. There is sauerkraut.
Can anybody interpret the headline?
Yeah, the festival of culture is a big deal.
Yeah.
That's what it says. The festival, but it's fake German as well. It's kind of cod German.
Oh my God!
There's sauerkraut in my
lederhosen. The pen of my aunt is on the table. I'm not sure this guy would be in East Germany either.
No.
And he speaks in what he says to them is in Yiddish.
It's Yiddish, because a lot of the German is Yiddish in this. It's not really German.
Yeah, it's just a great setup. It's such a farce, but you get drawn right into it, and you're like, what's going on here with the Yahtzees and Elvis going to East Germany, and
he's been practicing German. What does that mean? Is your daughter 18?
18.
And then we get our first. Yeah, we get our first encounter with the German authorities here.
I remember watching this movie for the first time when I was a kid, and I was just sitting there like dumbfounded at what I was
experiencing. This is great. I mean, this is such a good joke with the guy with the package and the dogs. And they're all like poodles and whatever. I mean, they later on there's a poodle and whatever, but they're all barking at him. And then we get our Nick gets his first. It's got dog piss.
Milk bones.
We get our first. I've got some very small clips, so we're going to play the first one.
Where are they taking him?
They are not taking him anywhere.
Very of them.
That's funny. Oh, man. So he gets his first encounter with the authorities there. And they're cartoonishly Nazi-ish evil. I mean, and
right out of Star Wars.
Yeah, I kept thinking, why do they look like they're in the Second World War? Because the original concept was a rock and roll movie in the Second World War.
Right.
But that's funny. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that guy in that scene, the Yahtzee in that scene, if I'm not mistaken, he was in oh God, what's the Firefox? He was probably the guy that was underground trying to help Clint Eastwood get across into Russia. Yeah, I recognize him.
Sergeant, is that Sergeant?
I'll look up his name real quick.
Max Faulkner? I don't know.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I didn't get down to some of the smaller.
Yeah, but I just recognized him. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he was in Goldeneye. Oh no,
was he? Yeah,
no, it's a different actor.
No, sure. This guy that I'm thinking of, Firefox. He was the guy that was trying to get him through the underground into Russia.
There's a number of jokes in this that are 80s related that people wouldn't get now, and this is one of them. Because the German gets really pissed at him, and he says, "I just told him I put his name on the Montgomery Ward mailing list." Because once you're on that shit, you never get away from it. That's what he got upset about. Yeah. As if they'd be holding guns on him already, you know.
Yeah.
And this is another one of these great Zaz gags. They're sitting there, and it turns out that their custom post is the one that's moving.
Yeah, the post was on the train. Yeah.
Customs wagon, that's it. Customs wagon. First sighting of cows.
What's your papers? Well, the cows are very important in this movie, yeah.
And then a slightly contemporary reference coming up to Pac-Man. Making their way to Berlin.
Yeah. Which they had to get the rights to use the characters and the music with it too.
Yeah. We were in college. We were taking a course on Germany, and the professor's like, and this was in '88, I think. Right? He's like, in my lifetime, you'll never ever see Germany reunited, and next year,
we're
right.
Like, he's like, I was sadly mistaken.
Yeah, Tim's got that guy. It was Red 7 in Return of the Jedi. He's uncredited, but he's Red 7. Yeah. But this, the Nutcracker Street will feature, of course, as we know. But they had the East German Olympic team coming down. This is again the codes. Do you know any good white basketball players? There are no good white. So he's given the correct response. Yeah, it's funny. Because the main gag in this doesn't, the payoff often comes. Obviously it's great to see Omar Sharif getting spoofed by the guy. The real gag comes right at the end. So they have tried to work in an actual spy plot into this too, of course.
Yeah.
Well, and this scene is one from the conspirators too.
Yeah. Do you remember? Yeah, you remember when you could buy joke kits like that? You could buy joke stuff like this.
Back of the comics, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Always that little joke gags or X-ray glasses, or magician's kid, or you know, like here was one of these little magic kits I got as it was in a magic kit as a kid. It was like one of these silly with, you take the, the ball is there. Where is it? The ball is there. And then there's no ball. It's just like a piece like this with the ball.
That's right.
I remember tricking my sister with that. There's no way you can do that.
Yeah. You used to get them in the comics. Yeah.
The guy's name is Warren Clark. Brian.
Warren Clark, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. He plays Colonel von Horst in this movie.
Yeah.
And the name of his character in Firefox is, bear with me and I'll find it again.
I like this, in the corner of Der Führerstrasse and Goebbelsplatz.
In East Germany.
His name in Firefox is Pavel Opanovsky.
Okay, right.
Yep.
Yeah, Warren Clark did a lot of British TV over the years. Yeah. I think there was something he was in that was, oh God, what am I thinking of? Warren Clark. Clockwork Orange.
Yeah,
one of the Malcolm McDowell's droogs. Yeah. So anyway, and this is, you dropped your phony dog poo. What phony dog poo? Some of their humor can be vicious and some of it's just cute.
And it's Omar Sharif doing it.
I know. Omar Sharif, yeah. And this anthem is hilarious.
It's actually based on the Zuckers and Abraham's high school song.
Yeah.
But the tune of it.
The music, yeah. No matter if you tunnel under, they can really jump at the wall. Forget it. This is their anthem.
Which was very true, right? It was true back then. Yeah, they shoot. Yeah.
Well, there's a parody later on when Hillary's talking to Nick about escaping in a balloon. That's what they used to do from East Germany, but they've turned it around to America. We'll get to that later. But this is clearly a London cab in East Germany.
Not East Germany. Well, I remember going to the Spy Museum and they had a display of cars, and they showed the secret compartments in the cars that the people would hide in from going east to west. It was brutal to see where they were crammed in underneath the car, like a special compartment to try to sneak
all sorts to get out. Yeah, this is a real Bond moment with a crushed car. Now this is funny because I tried to look at this. So the hotel Gay Schlufen.
Yeah, that's
what does that translate?
Well, it's Yiddish for good night's sleep or something.
Go to sleep.
But if you take it literally, Schlufen is also German for slurp. So the hotel Gay Slurp. So you can take it two ways. There's a few of those. And then the ballroom scene, which is...
and this is at Pinewood Studios, where they show all the studio work. Yes. And they had a person from a Bond set designer actually did this set for them.
It's a beautiful set, yeah.
And this is John Sharp, which some of us might recognize from The Prisoner. He was number 2 in A Change of Mind.
Oh, yeah. I remember him from the Oneiden Line, which was a famous British show of the 70s about a shipping company in sort of Victorian era shipping company. It was a famous show in Britain, and some other British. These guys were all British TV veterans. Yeah. This is funny. He's reading the thing. I can't make it tonight. I have a cold. He turns up with a microphone. He's reading the letter. It's just so stupid. The menu stuff as well. The poll in the chat is about the menu options that Nick is offered to eat. The 84 Ripple Blanc. What is a Ripple Blanc? Is this, you guys are Americans? That must be an American cheap wine of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly what it
Ripple?
is.
Ripple? Oh, yeah. That's the wino drink. Yep.
Yeah, we've got our own equivalents. Yeah, but that... So the 84 Ripple Blanc that you ordered.
84. And this movie was what, 86 or was it?
No, it's 84. It's 84. So it's
84.
Like now.
My first year in the army. Yeah.
It's 84 now, but the food choices are just ridiculous if you actually pay attention to them. So the poll is you can choose between diced pig entrails, flaming hog balls, roast swine knuckles, or Ripple Blanc 1984. And having known a lot of Germans and been in Germany, this is the shit they eat. They love that shit.
They put that shit on everything.
They put it in a sausage and eat it. So he actually screws the top of the bottle when he hits it. So this is our introduction to the lovely Lucy Gutteridge as Hilary Flamond.
Looks like Little Red Riding Hood there in that outfit. Yeah.
This is another one of those gags. Who do you favorite? I'll shoot against things.
That's back when you could laugh about this stuff and have like a funny, not get all, offended and
right.
Yeah.
Had a little bit thicker skin back then, didn't we?
These are the challenge questions.
Hollywood had a sense of humor.
I don't even think it was thick skin. I think it was just the fact that we like to laugh at each other, man. Yeah.
It comes as a box twice.
Back then, Martina Navratilova was the greatest tennis player, woman tennis player of all time, and won every Grand Slam. So that's what that joke references. Yeah.
But there's a gag that's set up here that pays off for like 30 seconds later when she says this letter has to be in New York by Tuesday, and it's not until after these events that you see what it is. As he takes it, maybe. I mean, I don't necessarily have all that, but anyway, he takes the. Oh, there it is. He's burning the letter. Wait for it. Publishers clearing.
Which, if you don't know, that was a like a raffle, not a raffle. What do you call it? You enter, like you
it's a sweepstakes is what they call it. But,
you buy if you bought any of the more magazines. But my grandmother would always do it. She's like, I think we're gonna win $1 million, Mark, this time. Like Grandma, stop.
This time for sure.
Magazines, yeah.
It's like the Montgomery. You couldn't get rid of them once you signed up. You couldn't get rid of them. She's giving him this to send to New York. She's a very attractive woman, Lucy Gutteridge. Your Ripple Blanc, sir.
Blanc.
Yeah.
That's too much, man.
Yeah, he's busy watching her because she's trying to get it. Now, this guy isn't, but he looks just like Eric Idle.
Yeah, he does, but
it's not.
He could be a stunt double easily. Yeah,
that would have been funny if they did Eric Idle as the waiter. But anyway, this Ripple Blanc gag pays off in a few seconds. When he's smoking already, and then it melts the glass.
Yeah, because he walks in front of the camera, and so it's a cut, and then as he walks past again, you see the glass, and it falls apart.
Christian Delorme, our great friend of the Vinyl Revival. Thank you, my friend, for the $5 Canadian super chat, which I may need because I need to get a new computer soon because this laptop's just about dead.
Hope it makes it through the show.
For me, I hope so too. Bonjour, mon ami. Sir, great movie, classic movie, only second best to Blazing Saddles. Cheers, everybody. Well, cheers to you, my friend. We must play you a clip to celebrate. How about this one?
Don't worry, bud. Your spray tan mid-December in Northern Ontario didn't stand out at all.
Glad to hear, Liam. Don't worry, no one's calling you Jersey Shores.
It get weird at all having one of the boys grease you up?
Nope.
No? Didn't think, what have I been doing with broads all these years? This is terrific.
Well, it's only gay if you get hard.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, isn't that what you told me, Cor?
What?
Hey, didn't you tell me if you keep your socks on, it's not gay? Something like that? Fuck you, Shorzy.
Shorzy season 4 coming out in a few days.
Wait.
He just torments that Corey kid something rotten. But thank you, Christian. Good to see you, my friend. And if I can figure out, see, where's my producer? Oh, there he is. Back to the slides. So Nick's going to save the girl from being thrown out. And he does look dashing in his dinner gear.
Yeah, Val Kilmer was a pretty hot commodity back then. Yeah,
good looking guy. They make a good looking couple, and so does Val and Lucy. That's a very subtle joke there. But. So this is the phenomenal dance scene where they have a complete. This is he managed to escape in a balloon during the Jimmy Carter. He would tell me all about the large cars and television.
Jimmy Carter, God rest his soul, but what a disaster his presidency was.
Yeah. Not all television. MASH was okay, and the old Taylor, Mary Taylor.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, shit's going crazy. So we're going to play that. We have a little clip. I can only do very small clips for copyright here, but we got one from.
They must have had so much fun doing this dance.
It's just ridiculous. Because if you've ever been in anything like that, I can't do that shit. I've been to dinner, things like that, where you had to do this, and I can't do that. Yeah. Disneyland on both coasts. Oh, this is another typical Zaz gag. I know a little German. He's sitting over there. Oh, who is that guy?
Casino. I didn't know he was in that movie. Damn.
Who is that guy?
It's awesome. Culture. Let's go to the Lederhosen.
It was either him or Ian. One of the two.
Is there a sausage in that Lederhosen?
Just a small one. You know, there's little Frankfurt.
A Vienna sausage.
Vienna sausage. That's it. And this is the whole German language. Marinated and diced pig entrails. Flaming hog balls. Prairie oysters. Well, it's beef.
I don't even think I would eat that.
I'm not sure I would eat it. It's an unusual name. It's a German name. It means she whose bosoms to fight.
I'm definitely not thinking of Hillary Clinton there, hopefully.
Nick, what does it mean? Nothing. My dad thought of it while he was shaving. Just this mixture of sight gags, parodies, but they always had this kind of wordplay jokes too, you know.
I got to admire the professionalism and the acting ability it takes to maintain a straight face like this while all of this shit's going on around you.
Yeah,
they must have lost it quite a few times.
Yeah.
Well, and sometimes if it took like the dance, the people would be laughing when they were doing it, and after they did it on the 15th, 16th take, they weren't laughing anymore.
That's
so
right,
they were able to get through it.
Yeah, and he thinks it's for him, but it's supposed to be for the opera singer or whatever. I missed this. Advertising by association. The film was advertised as from the makers of the original Airplane, followed by a footnote stating, "Not the Wright brothers."
Yes, and it gets up here, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be talking about me.
It's fun. What's funny about this is that it gets the old guys to get up and rock.
And again, I mean, Val Kilmer's doing all sorts of dance moves and performance moves. He's doing fantastic in this.
Yeah.
And they had to reinforce the lid of that piano for him to dance on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great sequence. Val Kilmer does a great job, but at least got the chicken on that.
Yeah.
This guy, he's getting the double piece.
Yeah, he's getting down.
Like he's in the Stray Cats or something. They does the chandelier.
Oh, and those are their mothers. Those two women that he's standing in front of at that table. That's the Zucker's mother and Abraham's mother.
I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, he absolutely knocks them dead here. And there's the guy smashing the guitar. I wanted to play that clip and I couldn't get a copyright free version of it. So. And this scene, which I had to clip this scene.
Mixed Schweinstieren, mein Herr.
The look at I mean, these notes I've got on the gags, I'm going to get them all out of order, but there's one where later on when Hillary's reading the novel to him, and they're in the loft.
Oh, yeah.
Bookstore. The novel she's reading is The Loins Sleep Tonight. Loins.
Loins.
Loins Sleep Tonight. I just had to read that one while I spotted it. So if Gary's listening, we miss you, mate. Sorry you couldn't make this one. Let's see if this will start going again. There we go. You're hot in that way. I just love the look in his face. What the fuck have I ordered?
That's worse than the squid with extra tentacles. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so he survives. Omar Sharif survives.
When he's walking through, you'd see him standing in the door, but when he walks a bit, there's actually a dwarf actor with a Omar Sharif mask that's walks into the room and falls over.
Yeah, I'm just going to pop back a bit because there was a gag earlier which was reinforced here, where he says they must have known I was staying at the Howard Johnson's. There was a Howard Johnson's in East Berlin. Yeah, and this is the bit where he starts putting oil in and.
Yeah,
Hawaiian punch.
Yeah,
that's the old oil can nozzle. You had to punch the can. Yeah, you
that's
didn't have
right.
a plastic can with it.
And then the best gag in this, though, of course, where she has to reach over him to find.
Just some windshield wipers start going then, or something, or what?
Well, that
Yeah,
one.
right,
Goes,
yeah.
But then there's the final gag where she reaches over him with the boobs, and the aerial starts coming out of. Extending aerial comes out of the. No, this is hilarious as well. They're at the ballet, and the ballet dancers, the cod pieces.
They look like they're in Jethro Tull.
Yeah, and she's looking at them. The woman's looking at them through the binoculars. They look like Jethro Tull, yeah. It's just a parody of ballet. They're doing the Nutcracker as well, which is funny.
She's standing on it.
He's standing on them. But meanwhile, Hillary's being threatened by the spy, the German spy.
Uh-oh.
So Nick has to go and rescue her.
Got to rescue those boobs that defy gravity.
Oh, yeah.
Come on now.
But yeah, this is when she climbs right across them, all the way across the line of dancers.
And doesn't like the sound, doesn't like a sound effect, like
yeah, there's a sound of it. But this is when they get in the fight and he's holding him in the face, takes his hand away, and his face is all still rubber. I just love these sight gags. Oh, there's more stuff going on in the ballet, but you just miss it if you don't.
So fast.
Hey, Gary made it.
Gary.
Hey, guys. I can't stay long. I got to do KGRA here in about 40 minutes.
Oh, right. Well, you're here in time for the anal intruder, so you'll be okay.
Fuck
That's
yeah,
what we needed you for.
Favorite scene.
You may even be featured in it. Who knows?
I
like the
had a
hog
variation of that gag in my real life with people and called them and telling them their anal 5,000 fisting action is in. At Loving Times, come pick it up, and the wives get fucking angry when their husbands get that phone call. That's great.
Here's where they do the Zaz gags, like the room marked janitor. And there's got a janitor in it.
There's a janitor in there.
It's obvious. And then prop room. This is hilarious.
When there's props.
It's full of props. Actual props. People go, how stupid? That's so stupid. No, it's funny.
This shit is so great.
And then she's looking down here, and if you look closely, you see mice.
And this miniature is left over from the Superman movie.
I was gonna say that looks like
they found that.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were gonna put like they said they were gonna put some bugs or something in it, but then they
Who is
got
that,
the idea for
Brian?
the mice.
Who is that?
It's
D-Bud.
D-Bud Martin.
That's D-Bud Martin, Bubba.
It's
Fuck
the
off.
great D-Bud
Man
Martin.
of iron.
Greatest Frenches in the
I've
world.
always thought you were a bot.
Iron Man.
Thank God he
no.
said bot and not the other one.
No, that would be D-Bot Martin.
Right, D-Bot Martin.
Different guy. Different guy.
It's good to see you, D-Bud.
Yeah, that's fun to be on a stream with you, Gary.
You bet, buddy. The best East German cuisine. Yeah, that was a great comment.
The poll is in the poll. There's a chance to pick your favorite East German cuisine.
Exactly. By the way, the opening train sequence And the whole train moving gag is one of my favorites in film history.
Oh, it's great with the bridge. Yeah. Hang on.
There's no more than what God gave me, you Puritan pukes.
It's not as good as the haggis. It's not as good as the haggis one, but it's the only one I've got on this.
Jared, do you like?
No, the part I'm talking about is when he's on the train, Val Kilmer with his agent.
Oh, right,
That's
yeah,
the part that just slays me.
Well, there's a number of gags in that whole section. Yeah, it's
just one on top of another,
one on top of the other. It's so many gags in here that you get more gags in 1 minute in this than in most movies. That he's got the prop across the door,
right?
Yeah, and she goes out, and he's captured, and this is a great gag.
You didn't get the picture of it, but the 3 German guards that break into the room and hold the guns on them, that's the Zuckers and Abrahams.
Oh, I didn't know it was them. Yeah, they break in. That's right. Yeah,
the 3 there. That's the one shot where they popped in as.
Yeah, you can't capture every. It took me like a day to get these stills together.
Oh, dude, I caught something because I showed this movie to Anima, and normally she hates silly comedies. She fucking loves this movie.
It's so good natured as well. It's such a great movie. But there's the joke. I wanted to catch the joke when he's in the cell. The first joke, because there's multiples, but so they get him in the cell and he's scratching 20 there. He's just put the 5th one on for 20. I've been here 20 minutes already. And so this is when Martin opens up to him, his manager. He's been to the embassy, the government government, the consulate. I just can't bring my wife to orgasm.
There we go. Here's
here we go.
Thank God Gary is here for this.
I should send you that dating game clip, Brian.
Yes.
Yes. Please send that to me. I would fucking have. Please. Did you make that, Mark?
That would be the backdoor intruder.
Yeah,
please send that to me, dude.
Right now,
and I don't mean send it to me like the 3D res thing that you're going to send to me in a year or two, but actually send this to me.
I'm going to do it right now.
Today. Yes,
right now. Yeah.
So
that is fucking great.
I don't know. Did this push this movie over into being an R-rated movie? I don't know. Because there's a lot of normal kind of cheesy gags, and then there's
the great part of this gag isn't just the existence of this scene, but the fucking husband and wife on the cover of the box.
That's why I wonder who they were.
So normal.
I just died laughing when I saw this the first time. And then he's got a cuisine art. He's got a cuisine art. There's a picture of Cher, and because he was dating Cher, Val Kilmer. There's a picture of her in the. But then he's opening this thing up. And look at it.
What in the hell is that?
What the hell is this?
It's got a fist too.
It's got the fist.
That's the one that kills me.
Killed somebody else too.
Yeah, it kills him. They found him. He didn't know about the outlets here in Europe, and
we've got that clip.
The doctor's hours to remove the smile from his face.
We have that clip. It's coming up. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's the art. Yeah.
There's the fist.
Look at that thing. It's a fucking. It's a jackhammer, for Christ's sake.
Nick is completely oblivious to this. I mean, he's not.
I know.
Yeah. This is the way the rules worked. Don't ever react to something like that. Just keep doing your serious part.
Does this guy not remind you of Frank Oz?
He does a bit.
Yeah.
But this is a great scene with a great payoff.
Great gag. It's
great
the priest.
You think Nick's getting taken to his death.
It's the priest.
It's the priest. I mean, then the old, yeah, it's the priest. Nick's just there to be interrogated.
And I love this guy. That's Patrick's.
TNG. It's Jeremy Kemp.
Yeah, I love this guy.
Great actor. Yeah, we talked a lot about his career at the beginning. Yeah. Oh, like season, he's dead. Let me know if there's any cheating.
Oh my
he's
God.
Dead.
He's dead. Oh my
And this is funny as well. This is just gag after gag, you know. This guy is
the blind torturer.
That's right. And then this guy, he's a moron. And he's got a copy of it on him as well.
And by the way, that was a joke against conservatives.
It was, but they're equal opportunity.
But I still laugh at it.
But this is funny because, as I say, Bruce Welch was the music coordinator, the guy from the Shadows, British band. He was dating Olivia Newton-John. In fact, he was married to her. And it says, Maniac stalks Olivia Newton-John. That's his wife. I'm sure he approved of that one. Yes, you're well, this is the unfortunate part. No, he's not. I got to show the clip. Come on, I've got to show the clip.
Do it.
Do not be so sure, Mr. Rivers. Evidently, your friend did not realize that here in East Germany we use 220-volt current. He was found in his hotel room, impaled upon a large electrical device. Our surgeons did what they could, but it took them 2 hours just to get the smile off his face.
Was that a banana on the end of the?
It was a
yes,
banana.
It was an open banana.
It was 2 hours to get the smile off his face.
That's crazy.
It looks bigger than a gerbil. That's right, Davina.
Oh, I see Pope Metallicus is here too.
Yes, Pope's here.
Yeah, Brian thought nobody was going to show up today, Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're all here, man. Yes.
It is. I'm gratified that you're all here. In fact, I'm so gratified that
you have our gratitude.
Now cue them.
No, take him away to be tortured. Now this is funny.
Oh my God, the nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know whether this is spoofing an actual movie like Back to School or something, or it's but yeah, he's happy to be back being tortured. Thank God.
Yep. I don't know about you guys. I used to have dreams about being back in high school, and I'd wake up in cold sweats, going, "Jesus Christ!" It was always around exam time, just like this said. So I think it's just a common nightmare.
Yeah.
No, this is funny. Herman Goering's work. And then another magnificent sight gag when he stands up and the shoes are still on the there. Twice they pull that one twice in this. Yeah, we can't, and that's right. Yeah, we cannot risk violating the. What was it?
The blind torturer walks right into the wall.
Yeah, I know, right? Just kill me. Just walks right into the fucking wall.
There's a gag I think I missed there. Once we get past this, sorry, it's hard to manipulate these.
No problem.
There's another gag there when he talks about the Geneva Convention. And again, it's a joke that people might not get now, like the Publishers Clearinghouse joke or the Montgomery Ward. So he says something
that cover
the Leroy Neiman paintings. Do you want to torture him? Do you want to bring out the you cannot risk violating
the Geneva Convention?
This is funny. Yeah, walks into the wall and starts wandering off.
Can't see shit.
Yeah,
but that cover of that Herman Goering workout is the Jane Fonda.
Yeah, it's making fun of the Jane Fonda. Yeah.
And then more great sight gags when he goes through each one of them. They come back out like he comes out of the toilet or he comes out
the Jane Fonda workout video, the G-rated masturbation videos for guys that have kids. Yeah, so like, I'm just watching gym work, buddy. Go back upstairs.
His head out the toilet there.
Yeah.
Just these neat little sight gags. And then he ends up in the secret prison lab.
And Michael Goff, who he would play opposite with Batman later.
That's right. And as we mentioned earlier, Michael Goff was in a movie with Lucy Gutteridge, Hilary Flamand, that we talked about earlier. So they were in. Oh God, what was it now? Yeah, geez, I've even forgotten. It was early on in the discussion. If you'd been here, you would have remembered.
You actually make notes. Oh, okay. No, never mind.
I do.
So sorry, I didn't mean to be tongue lashed. Jesus Christ.
I will lash you with my tongue.
Beat the shit out of me.
I'll lash you.
By the way, this led to a joke that I used to make when somebody says, well, what are the odds? And I said, it's got a rat's chance in a tampon factory of making it. And that was
right. Here we go. It was you might have seen this. So Lucy Gutteridge, who plays Hillary, was in an American TV show called Merlin and the Sword. It was a one-off.
Oh, yeah.
Malcolm McDowell, Candice Bergen, Edward Woodward, Liam Neeson, and Michael Goff were all in that.
No shit.
And so was Lucy Gutteridge. So not only was he in a movie with Val Kilmer later, he was in a movie with her before this. So.
Man.
Merlin.
By the way, another line that I missed being late was when she says where she got her name. It means she whose breasts defy
gravity.
Defy gravity. Yes.
This is a good guy.
Your name?
Hang on, this guy here.
Came up while he was shaving.
This guy here, we can desalinate 500 million gallons of water a day. No one would ever be short of salt again. Like, totally reversing the whole idea. He's a rock and roll. This is funny. I had to censor this. You might look closely and see who that is.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got a little Mad.
It's good old Mad.
Good old
he
Mad.
shit on me the other night on another guy's channel. I popped in and he just shit all over me. It was great. I miss him.
Yeah. But yeah,
he's up with him on a bi-daily basis.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We have to encounter him
There
in
we
many
go.
shows. Acme Lab Equipment. And she was quite
They
the
kill
girl.
her unless I complete the Polaris mine by Sunday.
And then he gives the Simatora. Yeah. This is where an unexpected gag happens, of course. He goes over to the device and he has to fiddle with it.
And a submarine comes in. It's great.
I'm pretty sure there's other gags going on in the background, but it's
that's the thing about this film, because I spotted something one time while I was watching with Anima that I'd never noticed before.
Oh, every time I watch it, I see other things in the background. It's as I was saying, there's 14 pages of notes about the different gags in this.
This movie was pretty much, I refer to it as the apex of the Abrams brothers and Zucker.
Oh, I love it dearly. Yeah.
It kind of like after that, where could they go? And nothing worked after this.
Naked Gun was pretty good.
Was that after? I thought that was before this.
No, it was after. This is after Airplane, but then before Naked Gun. However, this is a great gag. Your life will be worth less than a truckload of dead rats in a tampon factory.
Yeah, that's where I stole that joke.
Yeah. And then more Germans burst in. And the guy's got his hands.
Oh God! And he had a submarine. That's right. Oh my God!
And they had to mount that back of that sub on. It's on the back of a truck.
Yeah.
And they backed it in to have it.
Now, was it a real sub?
Well, no. They built the back of that. That portion of it to drive it
like the 747.
But there's
it's just the nose of it. But when they did this gag, the walls were well made, so it didn't crash through the first time. And they actually had to do, I think, 2 or 3 takes to get it to bust through the wall correctly.
Oh, I forgot. I had a note here about the priest when he was going towards the execution. Have you listened to the Latin that he's talking? It's just cod Latin, like you get in that Ipsis Lorem Facto.
Right.
Yeah.
He's reading out any old cod Latin as he goes.
Every Latin phrase you can think of, and then he starts in Pig Latin at the end.
Pig Latin, yeah. But this is the Zaz rules. The guys in the front never react to what's going on in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Gary, I've been putting some clips in the private chat so you can download them from there. Have fun. Everything's up the ass there. They're all a selection.
I'll give a special thank you for that too on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah.
I'll refer to Mark with the big D is an expert on fucked up shit, so he sends it to me.
And I'm smart enough to know when to go between 110 and 220. So
it might take me a while to upload these.
Oh my God, the guy in the walker. During the execution, slowly.
Just like, how much can you drag that out? You know, I'm just downloading some of these clips, so you'll have to.
Got them too. Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Well, and the gag on this with the woman in the walker goes on much longer, but they cut it because they need to cut time from the movie.
Yeah,
just do the second one, Brian. The second one's the funniest one. Yeah, the Newlywed Game one. Yeah, just do that one. If you
second
want.
Newlywed Game. Okay, I'm going to try doing that. I won't be able to upload it, so I'll have to share my screen. I'm not sure it'll play the audio. Hang on. This is all very complicated. I have to do this in a very
well, it's a
way.
lot of work to do this. This YouTube thing isn't.
With my producer not producing yet.
Right.
It's not easy. Yeah.
All right. Hang on. Share screen. This might work. So this is what you'll get on Toxic Tuesday. Hopefully the audio plays.
Is the weirdest place that you personally have ever gotten the urge to make whoopee?
In the ass?
Ouch! Every time I'm on Toxic Tuesday, Mark makes sure to play that.
Mark has a lot of those. Yes.
We have a special friendship.
So yeah, this guy takes for this old woman dragging out the tension, taking forever to get to the phone. But the guys in the background are doing like 10 different orders with the rifles. They're not getting to it. Oh, they say that. Welcome, Neek, Neek. Welcome, Neek.
And they showed the extras that are in this scene, a bunch of film from the Beatles concerts, to get them to react in the right way.
There's this extending mic stand, but he takes the panties out of his own trousers and throws them to the girls, which is the reverse of the normal.
By the way, that's Elvis's backup singers.
Yes, we said that before. Yeah, the Jordanaires. But the song was written by this guy Phil Pickett, who wrote Karma Chameleon for Culture Club. And was in a band called Sailor. A Glass of Champagne was a big hit in the 70s. He wrote that too. So it had a well-known songwriter, but then he does his best to Elvis in some of these. Yeah, and then there's James Brown. Dude. Now he goes down the James Brown route. You've ever seen James Brown on TV or live? He'd do all this tortured, "Oh, you're killing me, baby," and he'd be on the ground weeping, and they'd have to bring him up again. And that's what he was spoofing there, James Brown.
Yeah, put the cape over top of him.
Yeah. And then, of course, the escape.
It's me, Hillary, with the big boobs.
The big boobs. Look up.
And World War I German helmet. I love that. The dress helmet.
This is a good one. They shoo the bikes away.
They drive them away.
And then one even goes up in a wheelie before going. It's fucking crazy.
They've got the little messenger pigeon. It's got little goggles on it. It's got a helmet and goggles. Hang on.
Nothing that's not gagged in this movie, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
something always going on.
Something for everybody. Later on, the pigeon makes a return later on, of course. And now they're in the park. This is where some of the great
Speaking of pigeons,
yes,
it's a giant statue of a pigeon with people on it.
Now, this is where she starts to open up about her background.
You see, only a year ago, I was teaching a course in Black history at the University of Blaupunkt.
I mean, Blaupunkt is a German media company that made cassette tapes and electronics, if anyone remembers, in the 80s.
And everyone loved their stuff, yeah.
Blaupunkt was great. She was teaching Black history at the University of Blaupunkt.
Yeah.
Black history in East German communist country. Yes, I don't think so. University of
Blaupunkt. With a straight face,
yeah. And then she's
that's how real comedy works, is you got to play it straight. Funny.
There's her father.
And skiing.
It looks like he's having fun, yeah. Flugendorf prison. Yeah. We're not reached the pigeon scene yet. We're about to. But this is such spy movie cliches, a park full of kissing couples. But yeah, the pigeon statue with the humans land on it and start pissing on it.
Pissing on it. and then at the end, I don't know if you caught that.
It shits. The pigeon shits a big shit.
And apparently they had a big argument about whether it should shit or not.
I'm glad they did.
I think it's great.
Yeah,
and then this whole scene was recorded backwards or filmed backwards.
It's brilliant. Sven Jorgensen erotic books or whatever it is. Swedish bookstore.
Yeah, and they said it took a day to rehearse this and a day to shoot it.
Wow.
It's just so weird. Well, I remember watching it and thinking, my God, this is weird.
What a gag.
There's the book.
Lesbian Bars of North Carolina.
Lesbian Bars of North Carolina. I've been looking for that book ever since.
It's on an Amazon?
Well, it was Amazonians, maybe, but not Amazon.
No, they don't have books on Amazon. They only have books.
No books. Right. It's incredibly difficult to act that, I would
wonder
think.
if the Blue Oyster's listed in that.
Possibly. Because you got to act forward.
Yeah.
It's not a lesbian bar.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not on Amazon. I just did a search. Now my Echo device is gonna go crazy now.
That's right.
And Amazon just sold your search to a bunch of porn sites.
But they say
porn, by the way.
Yelp did come up with something that the
No,
top 10 best lesbian bars in North Carolina.
Gary, they wouldn't buy that. They've got enough of Nick's data already. Mark's data, sorry, not Nick. They got enough of Mark's data.
They do, yep.
Yeah, and they go up the fire pole, and then the dog comes running backwards.
Yeah, no, backwards.
And this is the bit where she's reading the book. Was it The Loin in Winter or whatever?
Got the McDonald's on the floor.
Well, the whole gag is, don't worry about it. It doesn't. It could happen to any guy. But she's reading it out of the book, and then she tells the story. Which was, of course, what was that film?
Blue Lagoon. Blue Lagoon.
Yeah.
It's amazing this island's got an awful lot of really well-preserved fruit trees. That's funny.
Gilligan's Island.
Films in carriage and it opens.
Yeah, this just reminds me of Gilligan's Island because they're always inventing stuff on that show.
Yeah.
It's and then this scene has got like 18 bodies in it.
Yeah.
Hands everywhere,
arms and legs.
It's like an evening in Gary's house. Yeah.
Just so much flesh.
That's right.
Every musician's house, isn't it, Gary?
Yeah, pretty much.
And Nigel disappears, but we'll encounter him later. Well, so Gary did eventually notice the gag that I put in his the description of his album review, which I urge everyone to check out the video on my channel of the album review of Cohen's Ghost, which is a wonderful album. But I did put in the description at the bottom, disclaimer, I did refer to Gary as a musician in this video, but we all know he's actually a drummer.
Yeah, because I told you when I was like a teenager, I was in the music shop. We were looking for new cover songs, looking at new albums and shit. And the owner of the shop's a friend of mine, Mike Chafin. He looks over at Keller, the lead singer, and he goes, "Hey, Kel, how many musicians you got in your band?" He says, "We got 2 musicians and a drummer."
Yeah.
Ouch. Yeah.
So I just need to pause to pay tribute. And Christian, man, you're too good to me, buddy. My God. $50 from Christian Delorme's Vinyl Revival, laptop replacement funds. Well, thank you for that, buddy. I really appreciate it. It's well over the top. You're such a great supporter of the channel. He's a high sticker on the channel memberships, and he's always supporting us. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it.
He does great music streams on Bumble.
Oh, he does.
Yes, he does on Sundays.
Christian does great streams. We must play a tribute to a tribute. I would say this one.
Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas? A what? A plethora.
I love that.
Christian, my buddy, you're just what are you up to, my friend? You're a good lad. You're such a good lad. Another $5. How do you know a drummer is at the door? The knock gets faster.
Oh, fuck you. I know what that means because
how do you
supposedly
know?
we speed up as the song goes.
That's right.
Ringo didn't do that, and actually, I was really good at staying steady.
How do you know that when the drum riser is level? Because the drummer drools out of both sides of his mouth equally.
I told you.
Funny how you guys make these jokes about drummers. Me and my buddies used to make them about bass players.
Bass players. The same thing. What do you
remember
call
looking at one buddy who was in a band who's the bass player? He's bitching about something. I'm like, hey, don't you have water bottles to go get for everybody else?
Well, the joke was, what do you call a bass player without a girlfriend?
Homeless.
Homeless.
I told you what Courtney said, right? One night she says, do you know how to shut up a drummer? Put sheet music in front of him.
That's right. Yeah.
And of course,
she shit on me pretty hard that night.
So yeah, we got to get another. We got to play another clip for Christian. He's really he's deserving.
Yeah, and I got to go because it's time for me to prep for the radio show.
Well, I'll play this clip and then you can. Let me play this, then you can.
He hates these cans. Stay away from the cans. Die, gas pupper. I gotta get away from those cans. There's cans in there too. Run. More cans. Die, you bastard. He doesn't want to put holes in the cans. He wants to put holes in you. What?
Thank you, Christian. So, Gary, my friend, I really do appreciate you dropping in today. What would you like to tell us?
I have a gigantic head. Can you see?
Yes. One of them.
We didn't get to do our show today because our internet went out last night. Freaky. Got it back today. So I think Wednesday we are doing The Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. Anna got to watch it today and just laughed her ass off. She goes, "This movie is so good. I don't understand why it didn't make." I said, it got its money back in video on demand. So we're doing that on Wednesday.
Nice.
Looking forward to that.
There's a nice clip of them at the recent Australian Movie Awards, the two of them interacting. It's quite funny. So check.
But I appreciate the invite. I wish I could stay longer because I'd much rather do this and talk about the shit going on in California. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Indeed, and I appreciate being here, and I'm glad you can't stay longer. I'm just kidding, brother.
I know you are, and I love you, man. So,
I love you too,
anyway, I love all you guys, man. It's like I've got a good relationship with all you fuckers.
Yeah, right. Well, beat it then.
I've got to go play with my anal 1000.
You got the updated version.
Watch out, you don't use it on 220. Make sure you don't use it on 220 voltage.
No, this one doesn't plug in. It comes with rechargeable batteries.
Okay, then you're still be safe then. Yeah,
solar powered because he can
solar powered.
You can only do it lying out on the sun.
Oh, it's even worse. How about wind powered?
Oh, wind powered. Oh boy.
Yeah, somebody asked like, "What's with the windmill out in your backyard?" Oh, that's for my sex toys.
You're hoping for a good blow then.
Oh, Mark with the big D.
Yeah. So
got to keep those tools powered.
This is where Nick relates his story of being lost as a kid in a department store and never seeing his parents again.
Yeah, leads to a song. I'm going to get out of here, guys. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later, man.
See you, buddy.
Have a good one, Gary.
Good night, audience.
Yeah, that's put us all back on one side of the screen. Great. He was unbalancing us. But yeah, he writes a spoof of Are You Lonesome Tonight? Except it's all like jingles for the store. It's.
And they said he tried to learn guitar because he knew about this scene, and it's like, well, no, we just want you to strum.
Yeah, don't go too far. Yeah. Your legs show all you're here. But yeah, cute stuff. And then they crush the guitar between them.
Yes.
Verity's eyes. And then the fireplace, which is going to be significant later. Again, the later payoff of a joke. Now, this is the weird one because they're hiding out in this thing. It's the horse that's talking and singing. The horse is the one doing the singing. And then they leap out. This is the potato farm. The horse has been coughing. And then he sings A Hard Day's Night as it goes away for some reason. But he's just a little horse.
A little horse, yes.
Jesus. And then this little guy. Is this a potato farm? Yes, I am Albert Potato. He opens the door and he's tiny. How did he get up? And our introduction to the French resistance of the cannon. They've got
Witchy lights.
Yeah, witchy lights. Yeah, this guy's got spoons. But they, why are the French resistance in East Germany? I still don't get that. And then out comes Nigel, the torch.
Dude.
It takes a lot of balls to perform in that outfit.
Yeah. And I thought he was Tom Hanks for a second when I first watched this movie. I was like, is that Tom Hanks?
She's
Not with
measuring.
physique, but with
Yeah.
It could have been. He's measuring his back. She's
should have
measuring,
Yeah, he's flexing and stuff if he does
she's
it.
measuring his bicep.
Then-
Yeah. And then there's the first mention of a traitor, of course. Yeah, Chevalier, all the names: Chevalier, Montag, Détente, Avant-Garde, Déjà Vu, Croissant, Soufflé,
Escargot,
Chocolate Mousse. And they all speak,
Of course, it's the black guy.
yeah, and they're all speaking. I know he's black. He's dressed like a pirate as well or something. Around. It's weird. And then the famous scene. We got to play this one. Hang on.
I'm not the first guy who fell in love with a girl he met in a restaurant who then turned out to be the daughter of a kidnapped scientist, only to lose her to her childhood lover who she'd last seen on a deserted island and who turned out 15 years later to be the leader of the French underground.
Yeah, classic line. And then the payoff guy, I couldn't play it because of the copyright. You can't play it too long. It sounds like some bad movie, and then they turn slowly and look at the camera. So they do break the fourth wall there. But meanwhile, the Blue Lagoon here is he's got a fallout shelter. And this is they're using black powder guns, which I don't quite get. He's priming his submachine gun. And then they're packing stuff for the jump. They're immediately, he's got baseball and he's packing Head and Shoulders shampoo. And like it's filled with his little miseries.
How very French.
Yeah, in a mature and adult fashion. And then he blows his nose or coughs and goes, "Oh my God!" And throws himself out of the window. Yeah. And then, mind if I have, this is funny. Mind if I have a swig of this? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Well, it's gasoline. He takes a big swig. Oh, clearly they've been up to something, or he's just putting a shirt on. Oh, this is a great scene coming up where he talks about
if only Gary was still here.
It's very, oh no, this was perfect for Gary. I yelled and screamed, but that just seemed to get them more excited. They took advantage of me in ways I cannot describe. That is, it must have been awful. And then he looks, he goes, yeah.
Yeah, I had that look on his face.
Oh, God.
Latrine!
Latrine! He does that all. The latrine's always injured. And we must put a stop to these afternoon football games.
I think it's a game. It's like they're playing
then
football.
The tap dancing.
Yeah.
As the legs are running over. Oh, it's just every cliche is parodied. Yeah. And then all this shit about smashing the windows. And then the one guy, I think it's Duquois.
I love that. I just noticed it. The Germans are using M1 Garens.
That's right, yeah. He can't smash his window, it never works. He gets a sledgehammer, it still doesn't work. And he gets the cannon.
Damn.
It's just a spoof of every Second World War movie going, you know. And then he's exposed he wins.
Dude.
Yeah. And the grenade one's funny. Grenade!
Grenade!
Grenade! And then everyone else blows up. That's funny. Great stuff.
Yeah, you just can't stop laughing when you're watching this movie.
You're looking all the little things you're looking for in it. A lot of attention.
The movie is literally so funny it hurts.
It does hurt, yeah. And that's how he shoots all the bad guys.
Yeah, he's like shooting across, and you see him kind of go up and down. It's like right in the middle of all these guys. He only takes out the Germans.
And then my man, there's another one guy appears, my man, in the high five. Now this is great. This is their pizza house. What the hell is on that pizza? I have no idea. It's probably flaming hog balls.
Hopefully not pineapple.
Yeah, but it looks like a 1950s diner. Other than he's got rugs on the wall, which is significant, of course.
Looks like a 50s sock hop. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're all he's at the table with the chocolate mousse has got the machine gun at the table. So they're going to get rid of Nick's got to leave, but there's the Hitler clock on the wall.
Which is the only time in this movie you see a swastika.
That's right. It's funny how they left that one in. But Nick has the information about the inside of the prison. I love the way they look at him. And the little guy.
Who's the dude? Yeah.
It's the little Albert Potato. That's Albert Potato. It seems you have become, how do you say, indispensable?
Indispensable.
And he goes, indispensable. I thought that's how you said it. That's a very subtle joke. Lovely stuff. That's what I thought. Yeah, he doesn't want to go back to the prison. But what the hell they're doing in the background, I don't know.
Yeah, they're pulling the cheese on a pizza, and they actually have just spindles. It's really thread, and it's spindles underneath the table.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's gross.
Latrine! And he comes in injured. And this is where he gets he's got the thing, and he goes, I see you have dealt with him appropriately. He's killed the he thinks the pigeon's the traitor. No, it was carrying a message from the Germans. Yeah, the pigeon isn't the traitor. Yeah, that means the traitor is somewhere at this very table. There's another joke that young people wouldn't get. No, I'm actually Mel Torme. Who I think was an old band leader. No one's going to get that one now at all. I think I'm just looking for the next clip's coming up soon. How do we know he's not Mel Torme? Well, Mel Torme probably didn't look anything like Nick Rivers. And of course, they've got a jukebox with a lot of rock and roll now, which would be weird for East Germany. And he's shaking the rug, which is handy because there's a lot of rugs on the wall. Get on that floor and hit that rug tonight. I'm going to frame my edge. They're looking bored. Straighten the rug. I love this line. Rug cutting honey, baby, won't you give it a tug? So I've got that little.
Well, run cotton honey now, baby. Give it a time.
Just and then it like a 50s teen movie. The place goes nuts. All dancing on the tables, whatever.
Yeah, it's like turning into Grease all of a sudden, right?
Yeah, it turns into Grease. So they get their big musical numbers in. Vive la résistance. You got to straighten the rug. Whatever that means. It's a real good parody of a rock and roll song. Rug gun, how do you know what I'm talking about? He sings it pretty well too.
Yeah, he doesn't have a bad voice, right? Yeah.
He's got the moves. Have you noticed?
Oh yeah,
he's studied the move.
Voice and the moves. He's great.
Yeah, that is not Melitor me. And
He
now
didn't have any dance in his background, though, right? I mean,
yeah. It's funny that they have to parachute into this prison, given they can't be more than a few miles away from it. I mean, he just escaped from it not so long ago. He's jumping out with the duty free, and then Chocolate Mousse he's got the machine gun in the full. He's not changed. He's just got the same gear on, and they have their moment of coming together. As they're in the parachutes, as if that could happen. She even turns away from him.
Right?
And their parachutes would be in the kiss.
I mean, they would be spinning towards the ground now.
And then the fireplace from earlier is being parachuted down behind them. Oh god, that's funny. And now we get to some of the real shit. Some English castle that they filmed this in. Oh, I think I missed a line earlier in the pizza house where he takes the message off the pigeon. He goes, "Look, a massage." So it's full of jokes like that. It's possibly a Pink Panther reference. That bit.
And this is Rockingham Castle.
Oh, it's Rockingham
in Northamptonshire.
Wow, it's a pretty big one. This is great. They've got this entire model they brought with them. The little tank, the little hut for the generator. It's just so good. And then it's so funny.
Yeah, the model train goes by.
And then the train goes past.
Yeah. Like every little detail is so well thought out, right?
Yeah. It's an actual scale model of the place as well. But they jumped out of a plane. How did they get all this?
Yeah.
That plane's going to take off at 1800 hours if you're there or not. So try and be there 45 minutes early, especially at this time of year. And this is where Nigel gets into a fight. He wants to go at the back, not the front.
Like Gary.
Like Gary.
Yeah.
And I must admit, it does work out better for him.
Okay, be an asshole.
Hey, Anonymous.
Here we go. Here's the best part of the movie.
Well, it's coming up.
Gary here, yeah. Coming up.
But yeah, so it goes through they go through the first part. Well, there's a couple of encounters they have dressed as the
yes.
Both of which
culminates in a
yes,
and they had
quite a ram.
Tough time getting those boots on the cow. What they had to do was just Velcro them around the hoof. There's no bottom to them because it didn't like
bottom.
Feel of it. Yeah.
You mean that's not a real cow? No, it is a real cow.
It's a CGI cow.
CGI. So this is when the calf comes up. What's the hurry? The calf's feeding away on the teats. Meanwhile, I don't know if they showed the watch there, and I don't know if it was meant to be a joke, but anyway, this is they've got the electric switches behind a safe, and it's their fusing house or something.
The fence and
switching. That's fence and switching.
The fence and switching.
Yeah. This is a great sight gag. They crawl through the fence to get the boots.
Boots are there.
And then no, there's nobody in them.
No one in them. Yeah. Talk about an empty suit. Yeah.
This whole bit where they throw first of all they throw the hook up and it falls right back down on them. And then the second time it catches
Deja vu.
Deja vu. They don't seem to care though. They climb up on his back. German soldiers oblivious to all this, of course. Oblivious.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
That one guy's hauling them all up there.
Yeah.
And then they're climbing over him. That's great.
Yeah. Because totally oblivious. And this where they get the wrestling parody in because he has to touch him outside the wire to get him to come in. Touch me, yeah. Oh, this is funny too. They kick the shoes off as they're watching.
Yeah.
They kick the boots off with the goose stepping. And now, for possibly the most famous scene.
Yep.
So it is you who is a traitor.
Oh no.
And they use the music from Jaws.
Yeah.
And the real cow in the scene was in heat.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Shall we?
Don't take it too badly, old boy. You're no more of a fool than the others. Now get over there and pull that. Oh!
That scene is bullshit.
It's bullshit, yeah. It's all bullcrap, yeah. And there's a bit of a follow-up joke later, which we'll play. It's not the end of this. But this is what I love it. He's digging his tunnel with a spoon. That's a spoof on. There's a couple of spoofs on The Great Escape in this.
Yeah.
One's the motorbike jump, so that's another. But anyway, I've nearly finished my tunnel. Another day. He's got a spoon. And it's in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Oh, nice work.
Good work, yeah. You would never get contractors doing as good a job as now. But yeah, so she puts his jacket on and it's full of messenger pigeons. Oh, he's the traitor. My, she's a fine lady.
Yes, sir. Whatever happened to her?
Well, she did a lot of British TV and then she retired. She obviously got married and decided to get out of the business. She came from quite a lineage, so she maybe had some money.
Yeah.
She did a lot of TV, then just at a certain point, that's enough, and retired. So this is a key moment too, where she spots the rifle. Shall we watch this?
It was a Russian ship. They taught me all about you, imperialist swine. I was exposed to the works of great thinkers.
The rifle. But he's walking. Look at the way he's walking.
I mean, yeah, he's been drilled.
I didn't see that rifle gag coming. The tree is holding the tree up. I love that. Oh, I got to go back to that. The Russian, yeah, they told me all the great Marxist philosophers, and it's
L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard's one of them. Yeah, Karl Marx, Lenin, L. Ron Hubbard, Freddie Laker, who did the SkyTrain planes. Again, nobody will know who Freddie
You
Laker
want to
is.
get that. You want to get that today, though.
No, you wouldn't get the Freddie Laker reference today.
It would be like Elon Musk today or something.
Yeah, you'd have to say Elon Musk. This again, my favorite gag in the whole thing.
The site, yeah,
the big phone
gag, yeah.
First time I not kidding. The first time I saw it in the cinema, I thought I was going to die. It was so unexpected.
I still haven't gotten to my favorite one.
Yeah.
It's coming up though.
So this is when they start to spoof things like car chase movies and The Great Escape and Second World War escape things. He does his he gets the chance to do his latrine joke again. Maybe we don't see it.
This is also a time period joke that people today
we were
wouldn't
talking
get.
about this pre-show. This is my favorite gag in the whole damn movie. It's a Pinto, folks.
You mean this guy?
Barely taps the bumper and it goes up.
No one's going to get that now. The Pinto. Plus, it's a spoof of things exploding at will in car chase movies. But the Pinto.
Yeah, well, Pinto was notorious for blowing up in wrecks.
Yeah, the Pinto was. It's I think one of 2 cars you're actually not legally allowed to own in the United States.
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because they were
latrine.
I worked for a Ford dealership. I had to drive Pintos for a bit.
Wow.
And actually, the Ford Mustang had the same problem. Not as bad, but there were a lot of. So I changed the gas tank on my Mustang, but the old '60s Mustangs. Of course, you think about all those old cars. I mean, the safety standards back then.
Yeah.
It's like seat belts. It was got seat belts. Yeah.
And it probably wasn't retractable ones. It's those stupid ones that you had to adjust.
The lap belts, it would paralyze you if you got in a crash. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had a bench seat. Yeah.
Whether you make it back or not, that plane must take off. But please try and be there 45 minutes before departure. That's
old too.
That's old too, yeah. But he kisses him and leaves lipstick on his cheeks. And then they get in the burning German vehicle and drive away. And the line is, they make great cars. One thing about the Germans, they make great cars.
Still burning.
And here's the Steve McQueen Great Escape bit. The motorbike stunt, jumping the fence.
And there's no ramp, right?
Yeah.
No ramp.
Yep.
Well, followed by when he does go off a ramp.
Yeah.
Where he jumps over a train of buses.
Oh, yeah, I had that image. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
So they're spoofing the car chase movies, which were popular. And then they've got the fight in the truck, where they fight over the radio, putting the radio on and off. I want that station.
Well, I was like, I was thinking of Alyssa Milano with that joke when she said she got rid of her Tesla and bought a Volkswagen. She bought a German car because she didn't like the background of the creator of Tesla. And then someone wrote, like, who's going to tell her?
That's right.
Volkswagen was created by
popular in Germany in the late 30s. Yes.
Yeah.
This is one of the weirdest parts of the movie where they fall into the water.
The underwater bar fight. Oh,
and it's an underwater Western saloon fight.
Yeah, this was another one where I think it took them a day to rehearse with this tank dry and then another day to shoot it.
Yeah.
And they had to do it in like 30-second bits because they had to have their breath and such. And there's a bit where Nigel hits him with the stool and it breaks apart.
He's pulling his nipples.
And you can't have it fall apart like that in underwater because it'd fall apart before it even hit him. So it had a lever on it that he had to push when he swung it so that it fell apart. Yeah.
I like this, and the music from Bonanza is playing.
Yeah.
Which is another reference nobody would get now, of course, but I do because I'm old. And I watched every episode of Bonanza ever. I may be the only person that did.
I didn't see the black and white ones, just the color ones.
Just the color ones, but I just need to pause. Our dear friend Christian is once again, thank you, my friend. Another $5 Canadian. Really appreciate it, mate. My high-sticking friend. Chocolate mousse is the shite. He drinks gasoline and clears a room full of Nazis. Yeah, he is indeed. He is the bomb, he's the goat, and he is the shit. So what can we play you to celebrate? I think this one.
They even got midgets. Aim for their little hearts.
It's a Western themed one, so it worked. Thank you, Christian, my friend. Let me just get sorted out. Yeah, there we go. So, bizarre underwater fight scene. And this bit's funny with the hair, of course. It's such an it's nothing to do with the wind. It just stuck like that. He comes out of the water. And they head for the plane. What I love about this is, first of all, they're all playing darts on the RAF roundel. The pilot's determined to get takeoff, but no, here they come. Yeah. And indeed, the decision has to be made. Is she going to go? Is she going to? Should she stay or should she go?
Yeah.
Hello. So, is it Duquois?
Yeah.
He's in this upright stretcher.
Or an actor can be elected president.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Talking about there.
That's right. Yeah. And in the elevator, they're talking about his music. Yeah, you'll hear it, blah, 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 and in elevators everywhere. Like it's elevator. And then she does a little interest rates fluctuate.
Oh, we know all about interest rates. Yeah.
Want, I need. And then they got the old tongues. The tongues. There you go. It's,
Yes.
it's just so funny. Like, they must have had such.
God, they
fun
both
with-
have long tongues. It's
They
amazing.
do, yes. And then she says all her goodbyes to every one of them. And then she gets to the one that we all love, which I think I do have a clip of.
Goodbye, Deja Vu. I'll always remember you. And I'll miss you most of all, Scarecrow.
What? Oh, God, that's funny. The end, and then there was the usual. There's some stuff in the credits, which they did in all of their movies, I think. So they got focus puller, clapper loader, focus loader, clapper puller, puller, clapper, clapper, clapper.
And I think in the commentary they said they got a note from the studio asking what some of these positions were.
That's right.
They didn't
Were you
know how to
paying-
credit them. Like, what is this position?
And were they paying them? Flipper,
Yeah.
flapper, haberdasher. And then the third man. Yeah, they went on for quite a while. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle is another one. And then a nice little bit at the end with Val. So there's music consultant UK Bruce Welsh, the Shadows guy. It's yeah, love that band. But, I think Mark Volman and Howard Kalin are the Turtles. Remember the band The Turtles? I think they were the singers in that band. They
Yeah.
obviously did some vocals. But yeah, nice little bit at the end with some more music. And
Are there any gags? How many gags in the credits are there in the text? Do they? I'm trying to remember now.
15
Do they
or
have
20. It's not in all of them, but it's in enough of them.
Yeah.
And there it was. Top secret. Thank you, Jim Abrahams and the Zucker brothers, for making yet another kick-ass comedy, which I've watched several times this week and absolutely loved it. There's so much stuff I have not seen in it. And I'm looking at this list of notes. Dirty communists. East Germany is presented as an oppressive land of commie Nazis.
Yeah.
Don't explain. Oh, don't explain the joke. Cutlery Escape Act. He's got a spoon to build a tunnel. Lots of credit gags. Oh yeah, das fencing switching. Fake out, make out. It's just every kind of gag they could pull is here. Gag penis. Oh, the cod pieces.
Yeah.
Those shots
LA.
were usually cut by the censors in network TV broadcasts of the movie. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'll read these later and I'll go, shit, we should have talked about that, you know. The
So
anal
much
intruder, though. The anal intruder. Gentlemen.
Had me absolutely rolling.
Funny.
Well, you need to laugh. Just watch this movie, right?
Yeah, it was.
The one I always remember is the Pinto gag, man. That is the best.
That one's getting kept
to the ting, the special sound effect. Ting.
That's getting kept in the rotation for these shows. That's going to get played again.
You know,
I hope everyone in the chat had a great time. I appreciate Christian for all your super chats, mate.
Wow.
And he's also a member at the high sticker level in my new reformed memberships. 99 cents, $2.99, $4.99. The flock, groupies, high stickers. There are a few people who are in the high stickers now that I need to reach out to because you're all due, and D-Bud will know, I'll do a custom double CD mix of songs from me with some other goodies. There it is. Was it any good though, D-Bud?
Oh yeah.
Let me show that on the screen. This is what you're going to get if you're a high sticker. It's hard to see the titles, but
there we go.
It's all This one was all 70s rock stuff, just for fun.
70s.
Most
From
of it's
that 70s rock fan. Why
Indeed.
would you 70s music?
What? Say it ain't
Outrageous.
Outrageous. But I figured, I could do. I actually had about 10 CDs worth of stuff, and I could only burn 2, so I cut it down. I can't even see what's on there now.
Do you have a cassette tape level for anyone who wants a mixtape instead?
No, not until I buy a new cassette player. But it was called a mixtape. It's on CD. The opening track there you'll see is "Come On, Feel the Noise" by the Mighty Slade.
Yeah.
So that's what you're going to get at high sticker level, plus some other goodies like stickers and magnets.
Oh, look at that cover too. Yeah.
And I'm working on T-shirts, so all done by my good self, my own fair hand.
You're going to ink every T-shirt individually.
You can see my top secret DVD.
All right.
Reflecting in the.
I also have a collection of physical media, various kinds that I'm going to start sending to people now and then. We might have a few polls. And well, speaking of polls, let's end the poll.
Yes.
There were 22 votes. We shall end this poll and see what we're going to get.
Oh, it's got to be flaming
as the best, most appetizing food choice at Nick's German dinner.
The flaming hog balls.
Flaming hog balls has to be the best, but we'll see. There we go. So show on stream. So the winner was actually flaming hog balls at 36%. I thought that would win. Ripple Blanc did come in a nice, and it's the 84 Ripple Blanc, of course, not the 83. Yeah. Came in at a nice 27%. Diced pig entrails, 22. And the only edible choice, possibly roast swine knuckles, was at the bottom with 13%. So thank you for voting in that, everybody. I appreciate that very much. But yeah, check out the memberships, everyone, because we can have member streams if I get enough, and I can send you stuff. So, gentlemen, I am honored that you all joined me today. Thank you, Gary, earlier for joining. Go check out Pop Culture Minefield. And I know D-Bud's been posting links. Thank you, D-Bud, for doing that. And also his album, Cohen's Ghost. Check out my review video of that and then go buy it. Joe, you've got that album too. Anything you wish to plug, Joe, for yourself?
Oh, no, man. The schedule's up. My brother's show that we usually do at 5 o'clock, we're going to have to move it because he just cannot show up on a Monday. Mm-hmm. They are just working him like a slave driver and he can't make it home. So I'm going to have a chat-driven stream here at the top of the hour just to appease the masses that haven't seen me on Monday in a while. So look forward to that. And I'm playing my favorite wrestling game, WWE 2K19, tomorrow night. So you guys come check it out. Cool. Other than that, everything's on the YouTube page. Check it out. And thanks for tuning into us, man.
Oh, thank you
for having me, buddy. Appreciate it.
Always thanks, brother. Thank you for being here. Oh, yeah. Somebody was mentioning the 4K top secret. If you get the Zaz box, which is at a reasonable price these days, it's got the 4Ks and Blu-rays of Naked Gun, Airplane, and Top Secret. It's a pretty damn good deal on Amazon. It's not like super expensive, so. And it's got a nice little extra booklet and posters. It's got a poster for each movie in it. So, Imp, my friend, thank you for being here. What have you got to plug?
For plugs, tomorrow I'll be gaming with Brahman those guys on Brahma's channel. As always, no idea what we're doing. We kind of play that by ear every Tuesday. And then Friday, I'll be on Ascendant Art podcast, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then I might actually be doing a stream on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
On with that. I got a guest lined up and got some things to talk about. So
cool. Well, I will look forward to that. Sounds interesting. Like you've got guests. So that would be nice. But thanks again for being here, my brother.
Yes, of course.
D-Bud, my dear friend, the mod of mods. Thank you, first of all, for continuing to mod whilst you were on the panel. I know Davina was doing some stuff there too on that front. Thank you. And Lord Thoth is a mod too. But D-Bud, you're the pushing the boat out mod. And it has a hole in it, but you're still pushing it out. So thanks for being on the panel. You're always welcome on the panel, of course. You are the original. Indeed. You're the original high sticker as well.
Yeah.
Anything you would like to promote, my friend?
Yes, I'm going to be on 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser on his Klobby's Comic Shop on Friday. We're continuing our discussion of the Amazing Spider-Man comics. We'll be doing issues 73 through 76 this Friday. And then I'll be on again the next Friday to cover issues 77 through 80, which will be the end of that run of books we'll be doing.
Okay.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man.
And I'll be getting older on Wednesday.
Oh, so you're going to be 72?
Close, 63.
Oh, I'm going to be 62 in February.
Yeah.
So
he's older than both of us, man. Good Lord. Wow. You don't look at
comic books.
C-Dub, you don't.
Old man.
D-Bud Martin, you do not look like you're that old. But
as George Harrison said on Anthology, he says, when I met Paul McCartney, he was 9 months older than me. And to this day, he's still 9 months older than me.
Well, my mother's 92. She did not look 92 at all. She could pass easily for 70-something. Easily.
Nice. My mother is 91, and unfortunately, she does look 91. So sorry, mother, but you do. Well, that's nice, D-Bud. Well, happy birthday when it comes. Thanks for being here. And thanks for
letting me be on.
No, thanks for everything you do, mate, for this channel. Davina, as I say, is also modding away like crazy. Thanks, Davina, for everything you do. And Lord Thoth was out there as a mod, and everyone in the chat. You've all been fantastic. If I didn't call anybody out by name, thanks. And Christian, thank you for all those super chats. Appreciate you, mate, very much. Pope, my friend, sock it to me. I just caught the end of your show the other night.
Yeah.
And my volume was down. I didn't realize. I thought the show hasn't started yet. It was my fault, not yours. But I got a track.
You scared the shit out of me with that. I had to.
Yeah, but I got a track in. You played the track.
It was actually recording.
Yeah, it was a good
show. My audio had been off the entire time. But yeah, you guys can join me every Saturday night at 11 Eastern over on my Rumble channel for Midnight Mass, where we do like a little 1 hour or 2 hour, depending on how I'm feeling, radio show where, I just play some of my music, some of the stuff I think deserves more attention. I'd like to focus on a lot of newer artists too. So if you guys are in the market for some great heavy metal, come on over and join me. And then Sunday, I will be on Christian DeLorme's Vinyl Revival, where we will be talking the brilliant Blue Oyster Cult.
Nice.
BOC. Don't fear the Raper.
Godzilla.
Go Godzilla. Does Godzilla make an album called Blue Oyster Cult? I've seen that meme. Because I think he should.
Well, he's in Fortnite right now. Godzilla's in Fortnite.
But anyway, thank you for having me on for this one. This movie is one of the funniest things I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And it just never gets old. Like, no matter how many times I see it, it's still hilarious. happens.
It never gets old. I agree. Thanks, mate. Yeah, thanks for being here. And that's it for everybody. Oh shit, no. Mark D with a C. Mark, I'm so pleased you could join today.
Oh, I love this movie. Yeah. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the open invite. Yeah, to get in here when I can. So I got back from work, which was good. So, but yeah, I'll be real quick. So Friday night, do late night Fortnite, and of course Godzilla's in Fortnite now. So that's usually around 12:30 after Nick's comic book show is over. We play some late night Fortnite with Dad Man and friends and hang out there. And Sunday Night Geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern. That's my main show. So come hang out there. And I just always getting cool stuff. So I just got this. I have to do unboxing on this, but this is The Spy Who Loved Me.
Wow.
This is it's the car from The Spy. I love this car. It's the
it's a Lotus, isn't it?
The Lotus Esprit with the sub, the sub car, which is probably going to be one of the coolest.
Does it have its own little C that you can put it in, like a model of?
Probably second best Bond car besides the Aston Martin, I would say.
And they found this car in a storage unit in New Jersey. Don't ask how. Wow. When we were doing that on Toxic Tuesday, they found that
everything's in
car
New Jersey.
Ended up in a storage unit in New Jersey.
Everything's in New Jersey.
$2 million or something.
Did they find anybody in the trunk of it?
Yeah, Jimmy Hoffa. And I did get a new 3D printer, so I've been having fun with that. So I'm gonna have a lot of 3D print stuff coming up. But look at these coasters for Starfleet.
Ooh, that's nice.
Cool that is. So I gotta do for all my buddies. I gotta do some coasters with all your logos. I gotta figure out how to turn the logos into coasters. But that's
let me know how to do that.
Yeah.
I got a phaser holster at a gun show with that symbol on it. Only my phaser's 9mm. Yeah.
Well, thanks for being here, Mark. Anything else you want to plug those show wise? Or
no, we're good. Just thank you for Davina for posting the link, and looking, that's always fun. Oh, and the Rangers have been doing a little bit better now too.
Oh, Rempe managed to get in a fight with that Montreal guy. That was quite impressive.
Yeah, Rempe
was a big fight. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Go Starzer.
The Bruins sucked this year. I don't know what talking about hockey.
That's the book I was talking about, World Gone Wild. I'm definitely going to be doing a video on this, and the author of it has reached out to me. He said he'd love to do a show. It's about apocalyptic movies.
Oh, cool.
And I'm not kidding. The first page opened it had that movie, The Last Chase, that the co-writer of this movie. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I also got another book, which I'm reading right now, and I will do a video about it too, by our great friend John Das Wolfen.
Yes.
The Tomb of Thunder.
You got the hardcover just like I did.
And I got the Kindle.
Did you? I just got the hardcover. Yeah.
So the Tomb of Thunder. So well done to John for that. I'll be talking about that too. Later on tonight, I'll be on Comics Division, probably quite late because I got stuff to do first. Tuesday night is Toxic Tuesday on Nick's channel. I think
Equalizer 3, right?
Equalizer 3, Mark. That's right.
3. Yeah.
Thursday back on Comics Division. Friday, Ascendant Art. Saturday night, Bourbon Boarding. We skipped a week, but we'll be doing it this week coming. Not sure about next Monday. I may or may not be doing a show because I've got a lot of technical issues to try and sort out. But I do know a show that's coming up in February. Imp and I have talked about it a lot. We're going to do the Sinbad movies, the Ray Harryhausen Sinbads. I think that's February 10th. Can't remember what we're doing before that. But anyway, community page will tell all when decisions are made. Till next time, hope you all have a great night. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Hope you had fun. We will see you next time. Stay well, but most importantly, keep on rocking.